I'll go 6.
Yo.
That's good, right?
Incredibly. The best result. It is currently March 14th. Yesterday, you fought pirates. If you remember that fight at all. Parody recording?
Right.
I am.
Excellent. Did Tyre, did you remember to improve a skill? If you failed any checks.
I will do that right now. Actually, I may have chosen to improve mind. No. So I'm just going to... I did not improve a skill. We're good.
Oh? No, like a failed check during the episode.
Yes, I know. I tried to improve maneuver, and I did not improve maneuver.
Okay, then. Metro, I believe you had something planned.
This is what we were talking about just the other day.
Yes.
Okay. I think it's a delightfully silly idea, but should be entertaining.
Yeah. Currently, for the situation is, you have currently moved back with these Jupiter's classes, but it's mostly you just sitting around.
Okay. Because we were talking about an idea of like what we'd something non-combat related to do. Because good lord, have we had a good amount of that, which has been fun. But we were talking about what we do for like a morale building exercise.
Mm-hmm.
And I noted that every time we've mentioned food on the ship, it's always been just absolute dog shit. So I had the idea of Matra maybe recruiting the rest of the flight team into like trying to find some decent food for our like repair crews, because they're like probably putting in like double shifts trying to get our suits put back together. That's mostly a royal week, because I'm definitely the one who fucked up their suit the most, and thought that might be an entertaining diversion for us to get everyone dragged in on. Plus, maybe this gives us an excuse to do some poking around on the Jupitrixes, because since we're already in like close formation.
Find dirty secrets or something.
Yeah, dirty secrets or for some cilantro, one or the other.
Yeah.
Snooping around.
Going around.
Because I also realized that normally the guy I'd ask questions on the contraband side of things is currently probably up to his armpits inside my suit right now, and probably doesn't have time to answer such questions. And probably good to get him buttered up, because currently he's probably pissed at me. What with the whole breaking the mobile suit again. One sec here, I just gotta...
I hope this doesn't become a recurring bit where you just bring your mobile suits back broken.
Well, I can't guarantee it will, but I won't try to have it happen, because the line between very badly fucked up and exploded is very thin.
Okay, then you have your team, and you want to do something. Where are you currently? And they're with you. You can order them around.
Right. I feel this brainwave would probably come into Matro like halfway through yet another disappointing breakfast.
You're eating breakfast right now.
And it's like, this porridge flavored with Elmer's glue. What a lovely experience.
You see a courage look up to you, spoon in mouth. What are you eating?
Dear God.
Anyone who has functioning taste buds can probably agree that this is terrible. No offense, Courage.
She looks down at it and like tilts her head and looks back up to you and looks back down at it.
Anyone else agree with my assessment, or am I just like the asshole out on this one?
I mean,
I choose to take everyone else's silence as agreement. Otherwise,
We can't. Yeah.
it does seem like this is a recurrent issue on this ship specifically. Doesn't really feel like a military thing at this point. It's just getting ridiculous.
Hmm. Perhaps we should look into it.
we've got nothing better to do right now, so I'm all for having keeping everyone somewhat usefully employed.
Faust has no objections.
Or just not.
It'll be
Neither
something
do
to
I.
do.
Sorry, I got something going on here. I gotta sort out real quick. I apologize. Right back.
Matro kind of takes a spot to lean while floating up a little bit. I mean, it's not the worst issue in the world, but it's also not the best.
It says it's hot and it's ready, so I don't really understand the problem.
Sorry, back. Losing my mind hearing something funny in the house. It was just my storm door had apparently not latched itself, was banging against the wall.
Yeah, so
So-
Halava said it's not the worst thing in the world, and Courage responded, "It's hot and it's ready, so I don't see what the problem is."
Oh man, that's my concern is, and again, maybe I'm just flatterizing. It feels like things are hot that should not be hot, and ready is a relative term when it comes to the food on this ship. Like as per descriptions, but because I assume that we're going right back into our like patrol. Once this is done, we'll be headed back into the shoal zone, dealing with like essentially prefab rations, whatever gets sent through, and like we have no likelihood of anything getting better anytime soon at this rate. So, trying to find a way to make use of this opportunity, if we can use the excuse of rummaging around what else might be on these transports in the convoy, since we also have the excuse of maybe having to check on anything suspicious. I don't remember how far we actually got, or if we actually got anywhere with the manifest stuff after last session. Remember that was just a potential. We hadn't actually explored it yet. My timeline of what we've actually done versus what talked about doing sometimes gets a little hazy, and I apologize for that.
No worries. Courage looks down at your food, Matro.
I will just push it towards them again. I feel this is
She
going to be a
begins
recurring
the-
bit.
Courage will eat anything. Even things she shouldn't eat, she will.
Yeah. Let's think here. I guess I'm just gonna basically try and check in with who's in charge of the like galley on this ship. Is it a
Galleon?
well, like the galley, like food on board? Is that who'd be in charge of that?
One moment. Let me get the list.
Because I knew there was a list somewhere.
No, it's the big name list.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go with this name. Alex Munding. It's a lieutenant at Alex Munding. Not a full lieutenant. He's just a junior lieutenant.
Okay, perfect. Going to. I'm trying to find my. I keep a notes document so I don't lose information, and I'm having trouble finding that on my computer to enter this information, so it's gonna have to wait. I'm bad at multitasking. And would the lieutenant be there right now, or this be like they've organized this, but they're not directly supervising?
Oh no, they don't need to directly supervise.
Kind of what I thought. I think it'd be worth trying to have a chat with them. Probably go return to my before I attempt that. Go acquire more of my standard issue. Well, not standard issue, but my standard bribing gear of more cigarettes, because I think I acquired an ungodly amount of those a little while ago
Yes, you did.
at relatively great personal expense.
Yes, you did. So, everyone else, you see Matro leave, and you're left with Courage wolfing down the food.
Well, if Matro's gonna talk to the, puts like in quotation marks, head chef, do we know who is in charge of getting the rations aboard this vessel?
Probably a supply officer who gets things that Munding tells them to.
Alright, Halava sort of like slicks back his hair. Alright, sorry about that. I'm just still not relatively new here, been here a few months, but don't know everyone. He looks over at Faust. You want to track down the supply officer, or you want me to? I mean, we can just tag along if you don't have anything better to do.
Reset my settings.
Swappy?
Yeah.
Halava asked you a question.
Oh my god, I completely spaced out. Sorry, could you repeat that?
It's good.
I'm just imagining Halava asks us questions, and I hear the
And
dialogue
then,
noise.
yeah, you're no, it's like the fucking Homelander scene of him in the movie theater, just sitting there staring blankly.
Halava snaps a little, like his fingers.
Okay, so what was the question?
Oh, sorry. So what? I'm thinking of tracking down a supply officer while Matro's busy with the, again, puts in quotation marks a second time, head chef. And I was asking if you want to come along with me, or if you have plans of your own.
Faust was kind of writing in her book while he was talking about that, and then he snapped, and then she kind of like looked up at him, and then she just says, "Faust has no other plans. I suppose Faust shall accompany you." And she closes her book, puts it in her little pocket, and stands up, and goes to follow Halava.
You see Courage take your bowl of oatmeal.
Faust does not argue with that.
Halava looks back at Courage.
Well, actually, Faust looks at Courage and she says, what's a right word for like being able to endure? Your perseverance is impressive, Courage.
Roger, what?
Don't worry about it. And she just kind of like just walked out the cafeteria for Oliver to follow up with her. And they go look for the supply guy.
Excellent.
Keep
Match
this
roll.
hush hush, by the way, Courage.
Oh.
And he gives Courage the okay sign before heading out.
She gives you a thumbs up. Matro. You find Alexander Monday. You find him in some random conference room taking a nap.
Snoozing.
Okay. Going to.
Yeah, and he's floating in a sleeping bag.
Oh, like that bad, eh? I'm just gonna give like a gentle push on their foot so they just sail into a wall at a nice low speed.
You tap their foot, and you see them bump into the wall head first, and then they go, ow!
Ooh, Doug's.
And they look around and see you.
Good morning.
Morning, Lieutenant. They start rubbing their eyes. Is there anything I can help you with?
I'm not one to complain about like army rations being terrible, but my entire time with the EFFS, this ship has to have some of the worst I've ever seen. Is there a particular reason for that, or are we just at the bottom of a supply chain? Fuck up.
Oh, okay then. He says, "No, sir. This is just how things are. I'd like you to roll me at a keen and deception empathy check."
Yeah, that's okay. Pass
By how much?
by 1.
He's fucking lying to you.
Lieutenant, I wasn't born yesterday.
Nothing, sir.
Also, I'm assuming when I crashed his nap, he was supposed to be on duty of some variety and not just like racked out in the
Sleeping.
middle random conference room.
Yeah, you found him in the engineering conference room because there's a couple like for each like part of the ship. It's about 5 in total.
So yeah, it's just hiding out where he thinks he's not going to get caught. Essentially, is the vibe I'm getting.
Yes.
Okay.
He starts to get out of his sleeping bag. You notice that his uniform is both unbuttoned like it's not like it's not supposed to be. His undershirt has grease stains. His shirt jacket has grease stains, and there is a hole in his pants.
Oh, so
That is-
he's just a big sloppy mess at this juncture.
Oh, and the best part, the hole is patched up using some random cloth. It's yellow on white.
Oh man, so it's like not even trying to not look terrible. Okay.
This guy looks 32. If you know anything about junior lieutenants, he should have been bumped up already.
So a little old for his rank at this point.
Either we have somebody who the Federation is dicking over, or we have an underachiever over here.
I mean, Yeah, either or both are honestly all quite possible answers. So, okay. So Lieutenant Munding, our support staff are putting in a double shifts trying to get our mobile suits put back together, and I would appreciate if when they get off, they could have a hot meal that isn't, barely fit for animal consumption. Perhaps the kitchens could benefit from your more direct supervision.
I'd like you to make Keen intimidate with a +2 modifier.
Man, it really should have upped that intimidate.
It's
Yeah,
useful in
let's go.
social situations.
Right?
Intimidate's a good skill to have.
Keen, intimidate. Oh no. That would be that's a fail only by. I'd like to spend a plot point if that's all right, because that would be able to put us at a flat pass. Or I guess not a flat pass, but you know what I mean.
One success.
One success. I think I'd like to do that in this case, because I realize I came in to lean on this guy and have no actual capabilities of doing so.
That's what the +2 was for.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you pass. What was the exact thing you said? Get the meal?
Yeah.
You said,
es-
well,
essentially
there's lots of supply issues with he starts sweating a little. Like I can't magic up like baking goods just like that. That's not how it works.
So what you're saying is we should be looking into these supply issues, and I'm going to. The idea there is I'm trying to hint that, do you really want me looking into your supply issues, or do you want to figure out a way to make this right so that I leave you alone?
He guys starts freaking out more. No, sir. I'll figure something out.
Glad to hear it.
Staring at you.
Am I keeping you from something?
He looks back to the sleeping bag.
I'm gonna very pointedly look towards the door, and that he should probably go and get to work rather than working on his beauty sleep.
Aw. Yes, sir. Lumbly walks out. Oh, Von Faust.
Yes,
You were looking for who again?
A
the supply officer.
The supply officer. What chain are you looking for the supply officer? Like the head, like the guy in charge of the department, or one of his underlings?
we could work our way.
Yeah, you could maybe it'd be best to just bring it straight to the guy in charge, because hey, we're getting food that isn't quite good. You might want to look into that, because he's kind of responsible for keeping the combatants and everyone on the ship well fed. If they're getting crap, unless that's what they're being given, you might want to look into that. Maybe some of the people on the ship are stealing and hoarding all the good stuff.
Okay then. You go. Both of you walk into near the bridge, the officer bunks.
Hey,
You find Masnell L. Rammer's bunk. He is a lieutenant.
all right.
You're at the door. At this
This
time of
is-
the day, this hallway is not very populated.
Okay. So if anything, we could force ourselves into their room. If anything, yeah. Faust is just gonna knock.
You hear a rustle, then you see Lieutenant Masnell open the door. Oh, Lieutenant Faust.
What's his last name again?
L. Rammer. Let me.
Lieutenant Is L his first name?
No.
Got it. That's his full last name? Got it.
Yes.
Lieutenant L. Rammer, Faust says with a nod, blue eyes just staring into him.
Is something the matter?
Yes. We believe there to be a problem. She motions to Haliva with her.
Haliva sort of salutes Lieutenant, and then he puts his hands together. We may have noticed an issue with one department of your supply chain.
Which one?
He's holding his tongue because he doesn't want to outright say it. But then he
Does Faust know which department?
He's walking around the fact that the food is shit.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry, I interrupted you. You go first. If you want to say it, unless Faust cuts in.
No, if Faust wants to cut in and just be like, the food is shit.
No. Faust will cut in and just say, many of the people on the ship have noticed that the food quality is lacking compared to most other ships in the Federation that they have previously served with.
His brow furrows. I eat the same meals as the rest of you. And I read the reports from Lieutenant Mundine about this topic, and standards of the cooks seem to be within line of what they're supposed to be.
Faust is not saying that there is a supply issue, but it is odd, don't you think? Considering we all eat the same food. I believe I heard someone say in the cafeteria that the porridge tastes like glue. Would you agree with that statement, Lieutenant L. Raymer?
Yes, but things out near the front, not the greatest.
Faust understands this, but it's important to consider the moral effect of food has on a person. Food is what people need to survive, and although we'll eat it to survive, if people are forced to eat poor quality food, they may begin to lack and suffer their performance in more important things such as combat or mechanic, running the ship, perhaps. Faust is assured that you and your staff wouldn't want the ship to be harmed due to this morale issue, correct?
Correct.
Then it might be best to look into this morale problem before it causes a tragedy.
He looks intently at the both of you.
I locked looking at him dead eye, straight in the eyes. How's Haliva doing?
Haliva is giving a nervous grin, standing a little behind Faust, but rooting for her, yeah, you got this. But also looking back at the lieutenant like a game of tennis.
Putting the screws on this guy.
I'll be sure to look into.
Faust gives a little bow and a little satisfied smirk. It isn't a necessary hostile smirk, yeah, I'm sure you will. More of a Faust has won another argument. Faust has won again. Faust is successful.
Faust, I'd like you to roll me keen in empathy.
Alright. Keen in empathy. Keen in empathy. I got a whopping 1 in empathy. And I got a 5 in keen. I got a 6. 1 success.
Oh, 1 success? He is not scared of you.
Yeah, no. This wasn't very much an intimidation thing. This was just her stating the fact of the food is shit. You might want to look into that.
Oliver,
I'm just not good at talking
you're getting
fast.
nervous because he's looking at you both very intently.
However, like, okay, so junior officers have access to the regular officer, like, rations, correct? And supplies?
Correct.
Okay, so we can't bribe this guy. So he sort of, Oliver sort of sighs. Listen, I understand we're on the front line, but it seems a little odd that we're using wartime rations when he checks like a invisible watch. It isn't really wartime. The war's been over for months, and you'd think that even us on the edges of the Earth sphere would have access to better supplies than this.
Faust isn't necessarily going to be on either side of this is definitely a supply chain thing, or they're hiding stuff from us, or we're doing fine, you're all just complaining about shit food. So she's going to say there is simply a chance that the next supply ship that we get will provide better rations.
Perhaps they will.
So I'm kind of happy that it shook out that the two lower ranks had to go and deal with the actual full lieutenant. Well, I got to go bully a lieutenant junior grade for a bit. Whoops.
Oopsie daisy. Well, in that case, Faust will ask, may Faust inquire as to when that next resupply will be?
He says the 17th, St. Patrick's Day.
What day is it?
14th, 3 days.
14, 3 days. Then if that's the case, hopefully this issue will be sorted in 3 days' time. If not, then, well, we'll just have to keep looking into it, I suppose. Faust supposes. It's very, I mean, she's kind of putting the screws on him a little. I mean, she isn't intimidating him, it's not working, but it's very much just her stating out the facts.
Or is he?
Who knows? Is he lying to us? Are we gonna have to go to the supply hold and fucking find out and then hit him with like a brick if he is?
Can
That
Hollow?
gives me an idea.
Oh, sorry.
No, sorry, that gives me an idea of after what we're gonna do after this, but go do what you're gonna do first.
Can Oliver look past like his stone cold exterior for a second?
You can attempt to.
Yeah. Alright, that's going to be, I imagine, a keen empathy.
Correct. Since you were kind of scared of this guy, -1.
Okay. So that would be a 5. I rolled a 10.
Would you like a reroll?
Honestly, like, considering that it's a 5 out of a possible 12, nah, I'm good.
Very well. You can.
Alright, then Faust will give him a bow. Faust apologizes for taking your time, Lieutenant Elrammer.
Apologies for the introversion, or intrusion, Lieutenant.
No worries. He looks at you blank face saying that, not meaning it at all.
Yeah, and Faust is going to. Yeah, Faust also has that same blank expression. There's this blank expression of it. Holiva's probably like sweating a little, like oh boy. And they're both gonna leave, I suppose, Holiva and Faust. And when he closes the door and they're out of earshot, Faust is going to immediately. Are we in low gravity? Is there gravity in the ship?
No.
Yeah, no. Faust is immediately gonna kick off and start heading towards the supply hold.
Hold on, wait for me.
Oliver, I'd like you to make me a poison acrobatics test.
Oh boy.
Faust, I would like you to do the same. This is an opposed roll.
Okay, are we gonna crash into each other if we fail?
No, it's a race.
Oh, poise and acrobatics. Oh boy.
Despite
Oh, I'm getting a call. Sorry, give me a sec.
Halva has one failure, so I imagine, despite being a space noid, he is a lunar space noid, and so he's used to very low gravity, not none at all, and so he still has a little trouble in 0G. In fact, it's very possible that the only time he's been in zero gravity has been his time with the Earth Federation.
Well, don't say that quite yet. Faust can fail more than you.
That's true, but I imagine that since I still failed, it's like it's still like a failure even if I beat Foss.
It's not how opposed rolls work.
I see.
It may be ugly, but you still win, so a win's a win.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but
Your opponent falls harder than you.
I don't have to run faster than the bear, just the other guy.
Hello?
Hello.
Alright,
Okay.
sorry. I had to roll a 4 and I nearly got a critical success. Rolled a 3. Somehow, thank God. 2 successes. Thus, doesn't explode in the hallway or whatever.
somehow
Roll a critical failure. Yeah, you hit your wall and you give yourself brain damage.
Faust.
Halva has like started spinning like behind you.
Faust kind of looks behind her, sees the spinning Halava, and then just slowly turns back to where she was facing and just starts continuing on her way.
Yep, and you go to the next turn. There are 5 people in this hallway down the length of it.
Okay. It's just the supply hold mafia.
Faust, I'd like you to roll me the same roll. Halava again, but this time at a -1.
Poise and acrobatics. Well, it's probably going to be worse this time. Oh, not too bad. Well, I didn't succeed, but not too bad. I got two failures.
One failure.
Oof.
Okay then. So Halava, as you're chasing her, you bump into the corner and you see down the hallway. She has run directly into someone, and you see this very angry, like leading crewman, and just watching her go by and not saying anything. But she has slowed down, and you do catch up. You get a hand on her ankle.
Faust fucking turns around, sees the spinning Halava, turns the corner, was still kind of looking, turns around, bumps into a crewman, gets it angry, probably. There's gonna be like wanted posters on the hold of this pilot bumped into Jeffrey. Get her. And then she feels Halava touch her ankle, and she just kind of turns back to him with a face of still a blank expression, but you can tell that she's a bit surprised at how bad you're fumbling this.
Got myself up for it.
And Faust kind of gives you a little nod and just keeps going.
Wait, Halva, you're not stopping her?
Okay, is this, are we in on the race, I imagine?
Unless you consciously both know this is a race.
Unless you've decided this is a race. Faust hasn't, but if you're just gonna be like, this is a race, you just drag her ankle and drag her back probably just keep going like, ah.
No, Oliver is going to just let Foss go and then kick himself off one of those.
However, you also don't know where you're going right now.
Can I roll a check to, because I've been on the ship a few months?
Oh, for what?
Oh yeah, no, Oliver would have to follow Foss because he doesn't know where Foss is going.
Yeah, that's why you ran after her. She just up and left.
No, I know.
Alpha got all caught up in the chase, and it's like a dog that caught the car. What next? I don't know.
Alright, Oliver's just gonna keep going after Foss. Hold on, where are we going again?
The supply hold. Oh, what is this?
It's actually called a cold towel. Soak it in water and then bring out all the excess water, and then it turns cold for like 2 hours.
Oh, okay. I just got a cold towel, I guess. Oh, fuck, it is cold.
You arrive at the supply hold. It is a big room, and it's full of crates that are strapped down to various surfaces. Pretty much all of the walls. There are some people around here. Oliver, I'd like you to roll me an academics and keen test.
Okay. He catches himself on the door and looks inside. And academics.
Oh, we're here?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. 1 success.
1 success. Okay then. So during that conversation, you've come to realize something. Lieutenant El Ramer, that was kind of shady. That was really shady.
Lieutenant El Ramer's a fucking liar.
Yeah, it's maybe a good idea to like not make your presence known while you are here.
God, oh my god, the supply hold mafia.
Oliver is going to like catch Faust on the shoulder and be like, hold on, maybe we shouldn't let them. He doesn't want to say let them know we're here because that's what you said. I don't want to. Maybe we should keep our presence hidden for a little bit.
She nods.
I don't know if anything shady's going on, but he was rather nervous and, well, I mean, dodgative, and, you know. Hold on, our character, let me see if dodgative is an actual word. Fuck, it isn't.
I mean, I assumed that it wasn't, but it's still funny, and it gets the point across.
Yes, it is now. Rather
Yeah,
dodgative.
It's been like a century. It's like a century into the future. I'm sure dodgative may have become a word in the past century.
Yeah, we're adding new words to the English language all the time.
Yeah, maybe Oliver also thought it was a word and it just still isn't. So maybe, yeah. Yeah, maybe just in case if there's something going on, we probably shouldn't get sane. I was gonna say not get involved, but oh boy, we're involved now.
She nods. Fast suspects that there might be something going on. Does she know about the contraband officer? Everyone seems to know about the contraband officer that like works in the hangar alongside the pilot.
No, Foss doesn't touch grass, so I'll say no.
Right, yeah, sure. She doesn't touch grass, so Yeah, she doesn't know about the contraband, but man was acting shady, and he is in charge of the food supply, so he might be shafting us in favor of his guys and their stuff. So Faust is going to nod and say, then we shall be careful."
Uh, who's the contraband officer again?
Lennon Pennybun, Matro's flight team captain.
Gotcha.
Or stand-up guy. I won't hear anything against them.
Oliver is like under his breath. I wonder if this has anything to do with Penny Bun. And then he looks at Faust, and who he has no clue knows about Penny Bun or not.
No.
And then
To Faust, Pennybun is just that mechanic who works on
It's just-
Matro's
no.
team.
Faust shoots him like a raised eyebrow before, like, okay, and just is going to, I suppose, begin the stealth mission.
So you enter this room. It is big. There are lines it's basically one big grid, and they're all full of crates, so you can't hide between them. There's about 5 or so people in this very large room right now. They, however, are all doing stuff.
Okay.
How do you want to approach this?
Well, so there's boxes and there's the guys and they're working, so they're distracted right now.
Right.
And we don't know where exactly in the they put food, I suppose. Or is there like some way to
Well,
indicate?
food would probably not go here. It'd go to the kitchen, except for like maybe emergency rations and like stuff you can like a warm store.
Or maybe stuff they're hiding from the kitchen team.
Maybe.
Yeah, so as these guys are distracted, I suppose the Scooby-Doo the Scooby-Doo duo are going to begin making their way through it using the crates as cover. Okay, so this is a grid, right?
Yeah, it's like one big grid system.
Got it. So are these guys all working on like one grid together, or are they all spread out?
No, they're concentrated in like parts of the room. So there's about 5 people. There's a group of 3 and there's a group of 2.
Group of three and a group.
So they're either focusing on one crate then moving on to the next. So
So
you will move past the periphery, but they're not like patrolling.
right, and we don't want to get caught because they might say, "Hey, these 2 pilots were in the supply hall," and then the supply
Why are
captain's
you
gonna be
here?
like,
Then they'll start
"Grr."
asking questions.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna have to beat that shit now. So Faust is going to point to where the 2 people are working because less eyes is less chance to be caught, and they're probably more focused on helping each other since there's less of them.
Okay, then you go to the
And-
right-hand side of the room.
And yeah, they're gonna. I guess we're gonna try and move through by using the crates that they're not working on. Like if this grid has 2 sides and they're on one side of the grid working on some boxes, moving them around, then we're gonna use the boxes on the other side to try and hide and move past without noticing. Kind of try. I suppose not really trying to hide. Well, yeah, they're trying to hide, but they're not going to try and be too suspicious about it.
Nonchalantly.
Yeah. Have a fake confidence that you should be there.
Are you
Just,
sure?
pick up a clipboard. You're good to go.
Oh, shit, yeah, you're right. We probably should have grabbed it. Is there a clipboard around?
Would you like to spend a narrative for there to be a clipboard?
What do you think, Oliver?
A clipboard and a hard hat.
Clipboard? Alright, so if anything, Halava, let's spend a narrative point for those, and let's say Halava's wearing the hard hat and Faust is holding the clipboard.
Yeah, because you're the lieutenant.
Yeah, I'm the one, and if anything, we can try and bullshit that maybe we're getting a smaller part for the hangar crew that since they're all so focused fixing up the mobile suit, they sent us off to go grab a part that they need.
Okay then.
Like, man, the who's a what's it is out of whack, and we don't usually isn't out of whack. Can you go to the supply hold and get it for us?
One moment, just I need to think about what I need to ask. Halva, there's Halva's. Because I need to look at both of your sheets to determine what is most appropriate. Hmm. So let me get this straight. You're wearing a disguise, correct?
Well, kinda, yeah. Would this count as a disguise? It's just a hard hat and a clipboard, not even together, just separated between the two.
So, and let me get this straight. When you go in, you're not trying to move fast or like move sneakily. You're just walking in.
Well, no, I did say that they're trying to use like the boxes that they're not focused on to hide themselves, and they probably are trying to move quick, but they're like not trying to make it seem like they're not trying to get caught. Because if they do get caught and they do look like they're trying to hide from everybody, that's just going to ask more questions of why are you guys hiding and why are you here?
Okay, then I'd like for both of you to roll me poise and acrobatics +2. You know,
Yes.
how about my mental image is a Costco?
Poise, you said? Poise and acrobatics?
Yes,
All right.
with a +2.
4
Plus
successes.
2. That would make it a 6, and I rolled a 3.
Excellent. You move to the next set of crates. No one can see you right now. However, you can't stay here for too long. Otherwise, someone will walk by eventually.
Okay. So, do you want to go next, Halva? Try and
Yeah, I'm just gonna. And he like peeks his head out, takes off the hard hat so it's not as noticeable. Uh, and he just wants to see what's going on in the hangar. Like he just wants to see if he can eavesdrop anybody nearby, or just see if it's like all business as usual, which it probably is. But who knows?
Yep.
Maybe we'll get lucky.
You look down the left. You look down your right. Nobody. They can't see you, and you can't see them. You have no idea where they are right now. If they're moving right now, you wouldn't know.
All right.
You look to your left. You see this box is labeled morale boosters.
what the fuck is this Scooby Doo ass situation?
He like taps on Foster's shoulder. Hey, Lieutenant. Oh, Junior Lieutenant. Lieutenant.
You just say lieutenant.
Yes, Halva.
What's a morale booster? And he points to the box.
Should I roll to see if she might actually? So we grabbed the clipboard, right?
Yes.
And the clipboard was from this room.
Correct.
So hopefully there's something on this clipboard that can give us an idea as to what these morale boosters are.
You look down at your clipboard, Faust. I'd like you to roll me a d6.
A flat D6. I guess
Yeah.
that'll decide. I rolled a 4.
It is the clipboard you have is talking and mostly about medical supplies like penicillin, IV, a plasma, and painkillers. So it has nothing to do with morale boosters.
I mean, hey, morale boosters could fucking. You could probably make morale boosters out of painkillers.
That's not how you're supposed to use those. That's
Well,
labeled,
yeah.
That's labeled combat stims.
Right, yeah. Alright, Faust shakes her head. I do not know. It doesn't say anything on here.
Okay, Haliva is going to, like, think for a second. Alright, we shouldn't be here for too long. How big's the box?
You see those crates in the GIF you posted?
Oh.
It's big.
Alright,
It's like a box of stuff.
Faust, I'm not sure if you would be better for this, but I think I want to get these open, take a few of these morale boosters, and then check them in our own time.
Faust is curious as well, yes.
Alright, can Haliva, this is stupid. Can Haliva use a narrative point to take the conveniently placed crowbar next to the crate?
No, you do have a knife on you.
Okay. Alright.
You both have knives on you, because that's what you're supposed to have.
Yeah, alright, let's pull out these knives. Let's cut these boxes open.
Alright, you get that side, I got this one.
I'd like you to both roll me grit and athletics.
I'm sorry, grit and what?
Athletics, +1 because of the knife. You have a tool to do this.
And what? Grit and athletics?
Athletics.
And athletics +1.
1 success.
Must.
Critical success.
Critical success. Oh, awakening point first off.
Alright, so you said grit and +1, so that's a 5, and I got a 2, and that's a critical success, so it really doesn't matter, but I got 4 success. And I'll put an
you got
awakening.
critical success. Critical success is like automatic amount of the most you can have of anything.
Yeah, man, this is rolling. I was testing out how to roll my dice, and I found one that seems to be working out for me.
Okay, so you pop that sucker open. You look inside. There's chocolate. There's chocolate in it for one thing. There's a box of officer cigarettes in it. And here's the best part. There's the whiskey ration, and there's some officer cigars. Like senior officer cigars.
Were these supposed to be delivered already?
Well, allow me to put it like this. You see the Faust would see the officer or her cigarettes, but you don't smoke, I think. So you just give them away.
Yeah, I
the
think yes.
chocolates? You've been wondering where these chocolates have been.
My God.
And officers' cigars only go to like senior officers. So like there's only 2 people on this. There's only like 2 or 3 people on this ship who would get those.
So like, okay, so it's like the camera's inside the box, right? It's a box POV, and you see the knives stick at it and open, and then you just see Haliva and Faust's face as they look in, and
it's golden.
Yeah, it's like it's like the suitcase from fucking Pulp Fiction, and you just see Faust like her eyes kind of slightly widen as she realizes what this is, and she slowly turns to look at Haliva, and I assume Haliva does the same, so they both just slowly turn to look at each other.
Have you seen that image where it's like SpongeBob and Patrick looking like down and into something?
Yeah, it's just that image.
What are you gonna do?
Oh shit, where's the thing that on the sheet view? Where's the narrative? There it is, awakening points. Alright. So, they open this box. Faust and Haliva both look at each other.
That's where the chocolate went.
Yeah. And Faust says, it seems that they have been keeping supplies from us.
Holy shit, who would do such a thing? And then he pulls out his like packet of officer cigarettes and takes one out. Like
You don't take a packet. You take a box.
no. I mean like the one from his coat pocket. Like he takes it out and starts smoking it.
Faust and like no, he pulls it out to try and smoke it, and Faust immediately like grabs his wrist like and shakes her head because the smoke might get them compromised.
Oh, I was really hoping you weren't going to catch that.
Yeah, like fucking don't do that.
Alright,
Don't let your nicotine addiction win.
he gets a patch out. No, he puts it back in his coat pocket. I mean, alright, listen. How much do you think I could smuggle this in my jacket before I stop looking fat and I start looking suspicious?
All right, can I roll to see how much if Faust can give him an accurate estimation?
No, Faust, you're smart. Holding the box no matter what looks shady as fuck.
All right, 1 second. I'm getting
You
it.
have to pop that sucker open.
No, Oliver was thinking of just like getting as much of this into his coat jacket as he can.
It's like the size of a shoebox. Just a shoebox full of officer cigarettes.
Oh
It's
no,
about that big.
not the officer cigarettes. He already has some of those. That's why I made the joke.
So what do you want to steal?
The chocolate and the whiskey and the good stuff.
It is. So the whiskey, you take a look at it. It was brewed last year.
Oh.
All right, I'm back. Sorry, I'm getting a lot of calls for some reason.
It was brewed last year. However, it is still whiskey.
All right, so the box is big. Faust, I guess we'll say, unless you wish to carry each individual cigar in a pocket, it
No,
will be.
it's a case of cigars. There's 8 per case.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
You pocket any chocolates?
What is? Of course, I pocket chocolates.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Faust doesn't do any of that. Faust just kind of looks at his dad and he says,
Where exactly do you hide them?
Again, like he unzips his normal suit or like his Federation jacket, and he just keeps stuffing them in there.
Okay, then.
That's
You put them in the back of your shirt and like retuck it so it just stays there.
yeah. Like he like no.
Wait.
Oh yeah.
Wait, one sec. Wait, what? All right, there you go.
Yes, of course. So Faust takes the officer cigars, even though she does not smoke.
Yeah, I guess you're taking one cigarette.
No, don't. Oh yeah, take the cigars, not the cigarettes.
As if anything, they're used as Faust is going to turn out. Let's say, I believe it'd be best to report this.
He makes a big X. Like no, we are not reporting this.
Then how else are we supposed to get? Unless you wish to continue investigating and point out something else.
Listen, if this is cracked open, so to speak, there's some connections that we could lose here. Where I'll explain it with Matro. We can't report this, but he again whispers, like holds his index finger. We're now in on it.
Faust kind of looks at him and says blankly, "So you wish to blackmail the supply officers?"
No, well,
Faust staring at him, just staring at him, just dead on, right into his soul.
Okay. Listen. If we report this, then we lose a very valuable resource. One which I'm not telling you about because I thought you knew, but you didn't. let's just get these out, and then we can talk about this with Macho. All right.
Faust kind of sighs. It isn't like I'm so disappointed in you that you're not going to report this. Faust just kind of sighs of, yeah, sure, yeah, of course you'd want to do this, and she just nods. Fine, and I suppose they're going to go and leave.
He like hands Faust one of the chocolate bars.
Faust takes it and stuffs it in her jacket, into her Federation uniform.
All right, now we need to get out of here.
I'm
Right.
gonna spend a narrative point.
Oh.
Oh, indeed. You look to your left, back where you came, towards the door. You see the people walking by. You quickly go around into the previous hallway. Hey, that Halava looked down.
Okay.
And you look around the corner. They're still there. They're at the opposite corner. So if you try to go back through the way you came in, they will notice.
Okay, wait. Can we go? So, are the boxes like floor to ceiling? We can't go over and under them.
It's pretty tall.
Okay.
So let's hide in the rafters.
He like, alright. How about? Listen, this thing was made for gravity, right?
No.
Well, it wasn't, but it has to work under gravity. That means that there should be a little bit atop the ceiling where we can climb through and then get out of here. That sound good?
Us. It's a good plan. Yeah, it's a good plan.
Alright. And so I imagine they're just going to start, like, floating upwards towards the ceiling.
A slow crawl or a dash?
Well, like, are they going to be close to detecting us, or is this like we can take our time with it?
Depends on your approach.
All right. So, how do you think we should take this? Tired.
He's like thinking, they're not walking towards us, they're just like stopped at the hallway, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that we should take our time, because if we go too fast we might make a mistake, or we might like alert them because they see movement.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I guess they're gonna start like making their way up to the room, just slowly, as carefully as they can.
You get to the top. Now it's time to cross. I'd like you both to roll me poison stealth. +2. Actually, no, +3, because you're time.
Poise and stealth. Three successes.
6 successes.
You slowly crawl your way down. Halava.
Mm-hmm.
A chocolate bar art box comes out of one of your coat pockets. I'd like you to roll me a poison acrobatics. -2.
Oh no!
Okay, poison acrobatics.
No, wait, I'm sorry. You know what this is like? This is like the fucking DLC for Fallout New Vegas, the final bit of it where it's like, you can't take the gold with you unless you're really good at the game, because it's supposed to be a message about greed or whatever.
Oh my god, it is. It's dead money.
It's dead money.
I one failure.
Would you like to use a narrative point?
Use a narrative point, please.
Yeah, narrative point.
You start to float out. You make your first swipe at it. Your fingers touch it. You make a second swipe at it. Faust holds onto your other arm as you go for the second and grab and pulls you back under cover. A people at the bottom start to move away.
So it's like a camera from looking underneath the people as we're on top of them, and you just see them just like going at it.
You see Oliver's arm like go swipe at it, but then you see like his whole body like go and like
Yeah, they start to float away.
and then
Yeah,
like he's
they're
pulled
both
back.
like they're both like really small to the camera, so you just see these little two figures. All right, so I guess we sneak out now.
He looks at
You
the
make it-
box. Oh, it's dark. I should have let it flow away. And then puts it back.
No, you should. What to say? If that box is somewhere or outside of the crate, they'll know someone was here.
Oh no. Like he puts it back in his jacket.
Oh my god, I love Dead Money. It's my favorite DLC.
I've never played Fallout New Vegas actually.
It's good. It's good.
I don't play video games anymore, so.
Yeah. All right. So
Anyways, you make it across us. Now you are at the corner that the supply clerks were at. You look down. There's the door. You look to your right. You see the group of three looking over a crate. They're still there. How do you want to approach this?
All right. All right. So remember our original cover story of we were sent to go get something by the engineers?
Mm-hmm.
Shit. No, we didn't actually grab anything because they might ask us, like, okay, can we see it?
Wait. So, the office of cigars. Is there any way we could like wrap that in something?
What?
Like if okay, so we're supposed to get some doohickey from the engineers. If we like pretend to have a package, then that would keep our cover story.
Oh, it's true. Yeah.
Who says you had to have a package?
Right. Yeah. So we could just bluff our way. All right. So do you want to try doing that? You want to try like if we could still try and sneak through them, but if we get caught, we could still have like a second chance at giving them the cover story.
Yeah, we give them the cover story, and it's like, okay, go get that for us. And they're like, oh yeah, sure. And then they turn back, and we're gone.
And
What is the doohickey?
Oh, you know what the doohickey is.
Yeah, you know what the doohickey is. Come on, we all know what the doohickey is.
The Tom Wright doohickey?
I'm gonna say, all right, can I make a roll of Faust? Like a random small part that could be here that maybe Macho's mobile suit needs.
A left leg.
Not an entire leg.
Oh, that is what he needs, but fair point.
Yeah, well, we need like a small part for the leg, like maybe a.
Okay, then I'd like you to roll engineering and keen. +3, because this is exactly what you've been trained to do.
All right, this is what I've been waiting for. Engineer, keen +3. 5, 4, and 3. So 9, 10, 11. So that's 12.
Also, Swappy, you didn't click the check the box for failing acrobatics earlier.
Oh shit, I didn't. All right. I need the roll. Cool.
Excellent.
Shit.
So
I got
here,
I got a 9 successes.
So the here's some potential things. A small bit of computer, basically like a piece of computer. The part needs to be replaced for the computer.
Okay.
Easy enough. You need to get some a tank of oil because they were running low.
A tank of oil would be harder to bluff because we don't.
They needed a small propane torch.
Paint.
They needed a bucket of bolts.
We don't have a bucket with us.
Nondescript bolts.
Yeah, box of bolts.
A box of bolts. Okay.
Yes, a specific kind of bolt.
Yeah, do you have the RX-78-3 type of bolt?
No, it's a Federation standard bolt. Oh, large. It's parts commonality. You needed the glass for one of the Gundam's eyes.
Sorry, when you said standardization, I got like flashbacks to like the FAL and
All right. So, yeah. So sorry. What were the parts? We have a bucket of bolts, a computer part, a tank of
Glass.
oil, and
Glass for a Gundam eye camera.
all right.
Also a propane torch, and what was the last one? A bit of some oil.
All right. So I think because we have a box with us, right?
Yes.
If anything, Halva could hide what the box is and just show them the box if they ask. So that should help. So I think we're gonna go with the box of the box of bolts for our cover story.
Okay, then. You look at Halava with an idea.
Halva,
mm-hmm.
that box you have.
He like looks at the box of chocolate.
I want you to. Okay, so does the box of chocolate have like a, I don't know, like a fucking wrapper on it? Like, does it say?
It's in a brown bag. However, all of these are in brown bags.
All right, we're all in brown bags. Everything in the supply hold.
Yeah.
And what does the box itself look like? Does it say like chocolate or something?
It only says that on a small part.
So he just turns it around and like puts
Yeah,
it to his chest.
She tells him to hide the part that says chocolate. It says if they see us and they ask what we're here, we were here for a box of bolts. Understand?
All right. He like
All right.
gives a thumbs up.
All right, and now I suppose the two are gonna try and at first sneak their way through, and if that fails, we can just give them the cover story and hope that works out well.
Yeah, it's time for your sprint.
Yeah, our dash.
I'd like you both to make poison acrobatics for me.
We get back. Hey, Macho, how you been?
What was
All right.
Metro even doing again?
Probably after successfully bullying that lieutenant, I think probably wander down to the hangar and either give a hand with the repairs, or if that's going to be too many cooks in the kitchen, studying that like limbless Gelgoog we've got, since I expect to be fighting those guys again soon. So he'll be tooling around the hangar.
All right. Yeah.
Ross, how many successes did you get?
A single one, by the grace of God.
I'm going to actually use a narrative point to reroll. This is poise acrobatics, correct?
Correct. Would you like to use a plus on that as well?
Okay, so that's going to be a 6. That's like, what, like 40-something% chance?
Go to resources. I have the list.
Well, no, because 7 is average, then 6 would be slightly below average.
Okay, so it's a bell curve. So a 7 on a 2d6, there is a 58.3% chance you get that or lower. For a 6, it's 41.66% for that or lower.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll should I use 2 narrative points? We're kind of running out of them.
It's a non-combat episode.
That's fair. Yeah, I'll use 2 narrative
This isn't
points.
life or death. This is half ship drama, so I think we should be fine.
Okay, I'll
You'll
use...
at worst, you'll be thrown in the brig for like a day or two.
Alright, so a
Yeah.
+2. Thrown in the brig, we just uncovered this huge scandal.
Yeah, if anything, we can rat out to the MPs and just divert all attention towards the fucking supply mafia.
I rolled the
Yep.
exact same roll, but luckily that means I got 1 success.
You both make it out, and you start making your way where?
Yeah,
Anywhere but here.
they both exit, and I suppose they just like toss aside the clipboard and hard hat, and they just like immediately kick off the wall and start heading towards probably the hangar. Yeah.
Yeah, because we know Metro would be there. And also those are our people. They would root for us.
Matro, what are you doing?
Let's go with poking around that Gelgoog.
You're inside of it. You're in the cockpit. They have the entire thing is upholstery.
Ooh,
This is an ostentatious amount of leather for a chair.
How does it compare to the chair in my GM?
So this one looks much nicer. You don't know if it feels much nicer. You also get the impression that this is excessive. Like it looks like an armchair.
Not gonna lie, I'm now contemplating. Right.
just ripping out
Stealing
the
the
chair.
chair out of this thing and throwing it in my GM. I mean, it's already down for repairs.
But more work.
Yeah, more work. I'm sure that'll go great with the crew.
Yeah, no, this would have to be a me project. There's a reason I'm over here rather than helping with the repairs potentially. I don't want to get in what's his face's way.
Yeah, you grab the chair with your big, strong hands and just rip it out.
Yeah, I got grit and athletics. Like -3.
I was gonna say, like, I assume it's held in here with bolts, but like
that was a joke.
I figured it was. I don't know, yeah. Just comparing and contrasting this into the gym. Like, what do I think of the Gelgoog versus it? Because I admit I'm fairly enamored with them after getting my ass kicked by it.
The sticks are actually kind of like different. You were like looking through the manual, like flipping through it, because like it's in the thing. It's
Okay.
there. And
It's been 12 seconds. I'm clearly qualified on this thing now.
you use your index finger to like fire, not your like ring finger, like on the gym. Because on the gym, ring finger or index finger is for acceleration.
Interesting.
Oh god,
So
imagine.
it's also a little more cramped.
Is that more cramped by design or more cramped because somebody put an armchair in here?
The armchair does not help.
Okay.
Do you want to go rifing through anything else in the compartment?
Yeah, actually I will.
You are moving around and you hear a piece of paper move.
I'll investigate that.
It's a photo.
Take a look at that, I guess.
It's a wedding photo.
I thought it might be something like that.
Both people in both of them, the man and the woman, are both in their dress uniforms.
May this person be somebody we may know in the brig.
No.
Oh.
I mean, we might know the one because they'd be in our brig currently.
They're also in the brig. We didn't kill him.
The date is labeled January 3rd, 0079.
Oh, yikes. What a day to get fucking married.
That's a day, all right. Jesus.
That's like getting married on the. That's like cute. That's like cute. Fucking Hal in Metal Gear being born. Or was it Hal or was it Huey? It was one of those. I think it was no. It was Huey. Huey being born on the day of fucking Nagasaki getting atomic bombed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one thing, you would not forget your anniversary. And
Absolutely.
hardly anyone would, I suppose.
Yeah, no, everybody would remember your anniversary. They'd be like, "Oh my god, congrats on your 10th year together, and also the fucking war."
Okay. Well, I'll put that to like the side there because I don't think it's be an excuse to go and
You should
check
give it
on the
to him.
prisoner later because
Yeah, give it to him. Butter him up.
well, pretty sure personal effects like that are they're supposed to be allowed to keep, so
Stockholm.
be a good
Stockholm
thing to do. Yeah, do I come across anything else in the cockpit while I'm searching around?
Find wrappers of MREs that have already been eaten.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And standard emergency kit. It's much the same as what you have in your mobile suit, but instead of Federation anchors, it has the Xeon emblem.
Gotcha. I might try firing up this Gogu. I know it's not going to like do anything because I don't have any limbs. But, I'll make sure that don't have anyone in the bat blast of it. But I kind of want to see if I can figure my way around the OS.
Okay, then you boot it up. Faust, Halava. As you get inside the hangar, you hear the sound of a mono-eye come on.
Wow. Faust is going to turn to the Gelgook. That's a good sound. She's probably heard that sound countless times from fucking stolen Zaku 2s that Federation soldiers would have brought in during their guerrilla tactics.
Yeah, Haliva's just going like, essentially like he's moving and then he kind of just like freezes and floats away a little. Like, what the fuck's going on?
All the mechanics are now looking at the Gelgook. Matro, you've booted up the OS. You start rifling through it. For the life of you, cannot find where the simulator is.
Yeah, dude, this is Mac. This is Linux. We have Windows.
Oh.
This is Linux.
Could I do a check to go through like the manual to see if there's any information there? What?
Yeah, engineering keen.
Engineering keen.
There is someone you could add.
That will succeed by 1 or 1 degree of success, I should say.
Faust is so proud of you.
So, for some reason, you have to, instead of just like the simulator being in systems, it's in weaponry.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, but that's not where they put it on the gym.
Well, yeah, but this isn't a gym, is it?
Yeah, so you're not used to this. It's all weird.
Yeah.
Also, it's aligned to the right, not the left. What's up with that?
My God.
Madness. No wonder they lost the war.
My God, they read right to left, up and down. It must have taken forever to get through these fucking OS systems.
And you find the simulator.
Right? And yeah, I think probably would just be tool him through that. Trying to figure out what makes this thing tick.
Turn it on. You turn it on, you hear a knock. You hear a banging noise at the cockpit door.
Come, 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 come,
Like
come.
toggle the hatch release.
It opens up. You see Faust, Halava, and Pennybun looking in.
Faust is in the center, the light shining on her, fucking like casting a shadow.
Room for 3 more?
Oh, I mean, not with this chair. What's up?
Well, we're actually going to need it, and he crams in a little.
And Faust will also cram in, so now there's fucking 3 people stuck in this goddamn gym.
Penny
And
Bunny
this-
too.
Wait, what?
This
I was-
actually, hold on. Let's talk a bit, and then we might involve you. Close the cockpit now. Now. Do it now.
Yeah, we close the cockpit hatch.
I am going to be fucking baffled by this.
Okay, then. So allow me to paint you an image. So, Metro, you see you're sitting down. Standing right between your knees is Halava. That's where his legs are. And right pushed up against him is Faust. This has a capacity of 1 person. There are 3 people in here.
We're trapped.
Yeah, so when you look up to see, when you try to see Faust, she has to put her hands on Halava's shoulders, pull herself up, and look over him.
Yeah, I know it.
And
We
it's
talked about team building exercises, but this is like way closer to the rest of my team than I ever intended.
the cockpit, the only thing lighting the cockpit is like literally the screen, so it's just this dark, cramped cockpit.
Also, the best part is I don't have a hot clue what's going because I just kind of buggered off to go and yell at that.
Yeah,
guy.
he's got no clue what's happening. And
I have no
also,
idea what you guys are up to.
everyone in this team so far, as far as I'm aware, is pretty tall.
Except for Faust.
Well, Faust is still 5'8", which is pretty tall for you get
Courage
it.
is 6 foot.
Well, yeah,
Thank
but
God
she's a
you guys
fucking
didn't know
Amazon.
courage. The hatch
She's an
would not
Amazon.
close.
You were the shortest person in this team.
Yeah, she's the shortest, but she's still the point is everyone here is pretty goddamn tall. So yeah, no, Faust. They're all shoved in here, and Faust just kind of. Halava, would you like to start?
Slow or like to the point.
Faust would prefer to the point. But
We
do it.
undercovered a smuggling ring.
Okay.
He opens his jacket, and then like the whiskey and the chocolate like floats out of it.
Faust pulls out her officer cigarettes that she probably gave to either him or Halava.
No, you have officer cigars.
Cigars. All right, so she pulls out the cigars.
I mean, I suppose that bit of information would track with just how fucking nervous that
Nick was.
Munding was. It's like that makes a lot of sense.
All of us that we get involved.
Okay, so you know who's outside, Metro?
Yeah.
It's our good friend Pennybun. If we report this, who do you think is the first person to take the blame?
Well, I'm going to go with Lieutenant Munding because I need my chief tech, and I'll be damned if I let the everything crash down on our actually useful tech crew. So I'm going to go with that. But your point is noted. Also, I think we could afford to open the door now.
I mean, Pennybun's also like technically, you know, he looks over at Faust and he tries to get over like to Metro's ear, even though like it's so cramped she can hear everything. he's like the smuggler, like.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Faust said me.
Guilty as
Faust,
hell on
like,
that charge, but
if Faust perks up, that would explain where you got your contraband halibut. She did, yeah.
So I'm just thinking that like this would most likely crash on the person who smuggles.
possibly, or it's going to crash on somebody who isn't otherwise useful.
Well, that might be a risk.
I think as long as we get certain performance issues resolved, there's no need for this to go anywhere further.
All right.
Mm.
You can open the cockpit now. Sorry about that. He like takes his hand off the latch. Or his arm, really. Like it's so cramped.
Oh crap! I'm just gonna open this, and people are gonna pile out of here like a Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
Boop.
We all tumble out. Presumably after Halibut stuffs his contraband back in.
Anyone says immediately, I just wanted to say you should really tell us when you do stuff like this.
Faust has no clue what they're talking about.
No, he's mentioning like starting up the Gelgoog.
Oh, that, okay.
Penny,
Sorry,
should I?
Penny Run. Is there still any of loose whiskey or cigars floating around the cockpit right now?
No, Halava said he put them all back in.
Okay. Well, I will reach into my pocket and like slowly lob a pack of cigarettes towards Pennymon and say, tell your crew to take 5. My apologies.
He looks down at the entire box. He looks back up, is like, it looks back down, is very confused. Where'd you get this?
Okay, so this is the smuggling guy, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So
say,
if it's not coming from
either
him,
from your competition or coworkers, I'm not sure yet.
Faust no turns to Halibut. I suppose it would be safe to talk to him about our discovery.
I'd say so.
Mm-hmm.
All right, pull him into the cockpit.
No.
Yeah, no, yeah. Faust is okay. So Faust gets out first because holy fuck, it's cramped in there. But this time they're just kind of huddling around the cockpit. If anyone asks why they all went in there, Faust would just say she was helping him navigate Zeke OS. And
Yes,
Faust is gonna say to Pennybun, as you are unaware, I believe it, as you seem to be unaware, you may find yourself open to more items to sell, considering you just discovered that the supply team is hoarding different items for their own seemingly personal use.
he gives an awkward cough.
She says this quietly. She isn't like saying this out loud to the entire hangar, like, "Hey, Mr. Smuggler Man."
I need you.
Yeah, so she's quietly kind of whispering to the little group that's around the Gelgoog of, the supply team is smuggling items that you could probably sell as more contraband to get more money. And also, by the way, the supply team is fucking shafting us of supplies. Unless it's just all a big misunderstanding and they just like actually didn't get around to doing it.
I don't think you're what's the word? Coming to the conclusion that Pennybun might be in on this.
Yeah, that was what I was gonna go with.
Oh, right. Yeah. No, that's also true. Well, Faust just discovered he's smuggling shit, so oh well.
I'll just point at him and ask him, are you involved with Lieutenant Munding? His extracurricular activities.
I'm baby.
Okay. That's a problem insofar as he's bad at his actual job. And that's causing headaches.
I wouldn't be opposed to being rid of him.
Neither would I. How do we do that without you going down too?
He looks for a moment. He stares directly at you. Is don't worry about it. I got plenty.
Okay. How deep does your little side game go? Basically, Matt is trying to suss out, like, I'm fine with, like, someone selling cigarettes and cigars and shit like that. But, like, if this is going to cross the line into actually impacting, like, readiness rates, that's going to be a problem.
Oh, he says, I just push stuff.
And are you the only one pushing stuff? Or
Oh, yeah. There's only like 400 people on this ship.
As Faust will say. Faust and Oliver discussed with Captain. What the fuck was his name again? Not Captain, Lieutenant.
El Remer.
El Raymer. Faust and Oliver discussed with Lieutenant El Raymer, and we both came to the same conclusion that he's hiding something. I believe it would be safe to assume that the supply captain is in charge of this entire operation.
So are you saying we put the blame on him, and then, that gets Penny Buns his more customers, I suppose, and that gets us better food, which is morally questionable, but this is all illegal to begin with?
No. If we sold out the supply captain, however, the entire operation would go down, as well as Penny Bun. I suppose we would have to settle for disposing of this other engineer that Penny Bun and Matro seem to be interested on getting rid of.
Question, Penny Bun.
Yeah.
How much of your guys for your actual job are in on this?
You think I would let them in on it?
Well, I'm just thinking.
Who do you think I'm selling most of it to?
He chuckles. Listen, y'all have been working overtime for the past few days, and he unzips his coat, and like in this cramped cockpit, a horde of goods such as like whiskey and chocolate are unleashed. They have a bit of a payday.
You just you see a grin grow on Penny Bun's face.
A grin that turns into like a fucking yeah. Now we're best buds with the engineer team, with the mechanics.
Hard work deserves its reward.
exactly.
Yeah, but anyways, to answer your question, if he's messing with the mess hall, I know nothing about that.
Then we can either continue to investigate and perhaps blackmail him if he is responsible to redistribute the flow of rations to the mess hall, or we keep on keeping it quiet for our own benefit rather than the benefit of pretty much everyone else on the ship.
Hey, Metro.
Yeah.
I'd like you to make a keen politics check.
Righty. Well, that is just barely a fail, I believe.
Would you like to use a narrative?
I mean, I kind of would like to. Well, we're running low, but
Yeah, I think we're reaching the climax of this episode so far. So, I mean, if anything, the climax was probably the big escape from the supply room. So.
makes sense. You know, I'll spend a pass. Sure.
Okay, then you have one success. You know, there are several ways to resolve this situation that you can conceive of. First off, you just straight up go to Beffers and you get Elvermere and Munding's ass is like court-martialed.
Yeah, they get their asses in a sling.
Yeah, that's one solution. You go directly to El Romer and like you start pulling a vice on him.
Yeah, was kind of thinking more that way.
Yeah, blackmail him.
Well,
You
yeah,
also know that if you bust this thing publicly, that looks really good for all of you.
Like on all of our records.
That can be helpful.
that's true.
That could help us with the captain. Look, okay,
So basically, so far, here's how I'm seeing it. If we tell the captain, that'll get us on good records with like the big wigs, the big officers on the ship. That might help us in like. That might help us. If we
It
can
also
get-
improves your reputation with people you don't know.
yeah.
And Matro's
But
not
if-
at all a self-interest careerist or anything like that.
Yeah. That makes sense. But also, if we keep this to ourselves and to like the common people of the ship,
You get
yeah,
you get perpetual short-term gain.
yeah, perpetual short-term game, or we can get potential like long-term game. So this is up to you. You're the squadron leader. You're the one who's gonna make this choice. But I just thought I'd lay it out.
So the only reason I don't want to go to Beffers on this is I don't know how we get this cleaned up in a manner that doesn't get our mechanic friend here caught up in it.
Anyone?
Anyone. Because I've been trying to rebuild that rapport with the mechanics after fucking up my suit last time.
Yesterday.
I guess so. Man, we live on such a compressed time scale. Such is life. I think I'd rather handle this unofficially. Like, lean on the two lieutenants. Like, that we've got enough to fucking wreck their careers. I mean, Munding already has probably fucked up his career if he's already in his like early 30s and still is a junior grade lieutenant. Or I contemplate attempting to have my cake and eat it too, and like bust up, but blame it all on Munding. Yeah, that seems extraordinarily complicated, though.
You could make it be like you could get the captain.
Here's something else. You know that Foss also has connections with the Gundam project. You might be able to leverage that with Beffers to let him only selectively deal with this.
Oh shit! Yeah, yeah. You're welcome. By the way,
Ooh, that is an interesting one. I do like that idea. Then
we're all
'Cause,
gonna
like-
get Gundams, boys.
again, I don't care about this until it hits the point where it's actually affecting things. And I don't know how much of this is because Munding's too busy being a black marketeer, or is it just Munding sucks at their job? You know what I mean?
Foss, you are aware of Munding. He looks like an idiot most of the time.
Yeah. So I believe this lieutenant. What's his grade? Junior grade lieutenant.
Yeah, a junior lieutenant.
I believe Junior Lieutenant Munding is not exactly the biggest loss to us if we were to lose him.
Oh yeah, Munding is not one I'm at all concerned about losing. I just don't want Pentagon to get caught up in this. Although,
Okay.
if we're the ones to go report it, we might have enough leeway with Beffers to like basically keep him out of it in terms of backlash.
And if we do that, it would probably free up supply to the rest of that shit. So we'd still get the positive benefit of, hey, they brought back all the, we can finally eat good food now because of this fucking thing they busted.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, you and I at least still get officer cigarettes normally, anyways.
Yeah.
If we're actually getting the rations we're supposed to.
Yeah, and then even then you could still you could mix those two. We could bust it, get the public support because we brought back good rations to the ship. We get good views and the big wigs, and we can also use the Gundam project connection to maybe get even more benefit out of it.
Seems legit to me.
So, like, I guess tell Beffers about it. Blame it on Munning and
And
maybe
Romero.
also and El Romero, and try and get pretty much everyone else scot free. Maybe I don't know. You could probably say that maybe they got forced to get involved or something like that. And yeah, we could probably
We'll have Pennybun turn the equivalent of state's witness on this, and it should be fine. Plus, I mean, listen, enlisted got to hold them to a different standard. Officers, you should expect better of. So
Yeah.
I'm all for getting rid of like. I don't care if Elmir and Munding both get turfed out of the Navy at this point. So I'm fine with going to Beffers.
right.
You've brought me around on this plan.
All right. Well, I just gave my piece on it, so hopefully it works out.
Okay then. You all file out of this mobile suit. You have somewhere to be.
We have a mission to do.
It's currently lunchtime.
Oh, actually, this is a perfect.
This is the perfect time. We could fucking bust the operation and be like, "Hey guys, guess what? Good food is back during lunchtime." That's gonna blow everyone's minds.
Oh god, the symbolism.
Dude, this is gonna be great. I can feel it in my bones. All right, please continue. Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's probably time to go report this.
You make your way to the bridge. Get to pass by. So there's Salamis is about a quarter of a kilometer long. There are like 500 people on this ship. You don't have a lot of elbow space. At 2 points, you have to stop in the hallway, wait for congestion to leave. But you make it to the bridge. You're standing in front of the bridge. Metro, what is your game plan?
I just realized we don't actually have any hard evidence other than just we just have what's been confirmed to us from Pennybun at this point, technically. Like, you guys found a bunch of supplies that have not been getting doled out, but that's not necessarily on its own proof of smuggling. That's proof that at the very least someone's fucked up and stuff is not being like allocated correctly.
I mean, we could just put it in as like essentially a tip, and then they can fucking swat the supply room and get the hard evidence themselves.
Like an
True,
anonymous tip.
but if we do that, we're probably not getting the full benefit of having like busted this case wide open.
So there's a chance we may have to sacrifice some of Haliva's fucking.
No, think about it like this. You found these items, and if the stuff's missing, they must have already sold it to someone.
Right.
It's unfortunate that supplies sometimes get lost in situations like these, but it's been stopped. Just pretend you never stole it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I at no point was I
guilty-
think giving back the shit that Halvan stuffed his jacket with.
So like, well, we
Didn't I already get?
Our guilt came over us and we have to report this for the good of the ship type beat.
Oh, we were looking into this like. I don't even think it'd be a matter of guilt thing. You guys uncovered this in pursuit of your like duties where you were trying to figure out what the hell we were just trying to basically get the food situation sorted. The only thing is the only real evidence of it being malfeasance is Pennybun's like admitting to being in the smuggling ring versus like us finding any like doctored documents or anything like that, because we just know that one guy is a dingus that sleeps on the job and the other guy is suspicious as fuck. We don't have a whole lot of like hard evidence linking that together other than if we want to expose.
Remember this. Beffers can do whatever the fuck he wants on his ship.
It's true. Captain.
He's basically God.
Yeah, and you know what? Probably just go the angle with like got Tiny Bun to tell us about it because Tiny Bun, thought it had gone on too long or whatever, and that will be our excuse for why he should get like significantly less or possibly no punishment because
A plea
he went
deal.
up
A
the
plea
chain.
deal, basically.
Thank you. That's exactly what the wording I was looking for and could not think of for
Oh,
the life of me.
American.
Yeah, that's right. The American justice system, baby.
Well, here's the thing about the evidence we left behind, quote unquote. I gave that all to Macho, and he's probably distributing among the engineer crew.
Right. Yeah, that's right. We did give
He's
away.
already distributed it as it rightfully should be.
There's
Yeah, the people.
there's not going to be any evidence in a few hours.
Yeah,
so.
like by the end of the next smoke break, most of it will have vanished.
All right. So we got to be quick about this. So
Yeah, I think that's the angle we'll go with. Then we will speak to
Yeah.
Captain Evers. Also, he's probably going to be baffled. Like, why is my mobile suit team Scooby doing their way through my ship?
I would have gotten away for it too if it weren't for those damn damn
Meddling
mobile
pilots.
I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for those meddling pilots. Yeah, I'll make sure you use the Gundam project to try and reap as much reward as you can from this.
You walk into the bridge. It is not particularly busy. There's Captain Beffers in the command seat.
Are we all in there?
Unless you have something better to do.
Yeah,
I'd say we'd all be here. It's lunchtime, so we already know where Courage is.
Yeah, Courage is eating. Halva, did you go off to do something?
No, Oliver will stay behind y'all.
Then we're all gonna pull the mask off together. Like, time to uncover who's behind this mystery. And we pull off the mask, and it's like, oh, Lieutenant El Raymer. All right.
There he is. There's Captain Beffers.
I think with the protocol of approaching God on a non work related matter. Well, it is a work related matter.
It is a work related matter.
Not my standard duty related matter, if that makes sense. Like I've reported into him before, but this is
not it's not part of your job.
Yeah. I guess I'll float over to the. I'm assuming he's sitting in like the command console chair thing there.
Yeah, he says, Lieutenant Matro. Is there something you needed?
Salute. Just wanted to call something to your attention, sir. Regarding some irregularities with the supply situation.
What do you mean?
Reason to believe that there's a smuggling operation going on involving Lieutenant El Raymer, is it? And Lieutenant Junior Grade Munding.
That's a serious accusation, Lieutenant. Do you have any evidence?
I have. Let's see. I have the testimony of. Is it just crewman or what is Pennybun's rank?
He's a chief petty officer.
So, Chief Petty Officer Pennybun can attest to these claims as well as investigation by Lieutenant Junior Grade Faust and CPO Halava, or Way, I guess.
You can remember, it's Gundam. You can use people's first name.
Just be interchangeable. God, it's confusing.
Like, Halva and Faust are standing behind him.
It's like, so.
He looks at all Halava and Faust. Is this true?
Faust nuts. Faust. Fuck, what was I going to say? Yeah, she just says, she nods and she says, yes, Lieutenant Nash is correct, sir. Halava and Faust both discovered a quite a shocking piece of evidence while investigating the supply hold.
Exactly what?
We found supplies that were supposed to be distributed a while ago, but seemingly have never gotten around to being distributed.
Such as?
All right, chat. All right, gang. Quick, team huddle of the players. Should she say what it was?
I think that would behoove us this time. Like, yeah, be upfront about it.
Yeah, let's just tell them. Fast and Helva discovered the undistributed goods of chocolates, whiskey, officer cigarettes, and officer cigars. It could not have possibly been some sort of distribution error, as the box we found was quite easy to see and was clearly marked as what it should be.
Hmm. It's very concerning. He puts in the console. I said, get me Lieutenant at Bayless.
Wait, real quick. Group huddle of the players again. Should we tell them that they could be maybe hiding more better? Because I assume the captain doesn't eat like what the crewmen are eating, like what we're eating, right?
No, that is his problem.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so if anything, Frost is gonna say, well, if he's hiding such things as chocolate, cigars, and cigarettes, there's reason to believe our food problem may also be a result of this seeming smuggling operation.
You see him lean to his right over his console. He taps a button and he says into the mic, "Get me Lieutenant Bayless to the bridge now."
That's
Sure.
Marine Lieutenant, correct?
Correct.
This dude is gonna be so fucking pissed.
You see Lieutenant Bayless walk in. He asks the captain, "What do you need?"
He sees us.
He doesn't really pay you too much mind. And then Captain Pepper said, "Get 3 squads of Marines. I need you to completely sweep the supply. I hold. Get and take into custody a lieutenant at Munding and lieutenant at El Romero." And he asks on what charges, and he explains the situation. And then you see Bayless walk off.
Faust takes a look at Halava, presumably because of their negative interaction they had earlier. And I'm guessing they're both feeling kind of good about that.
Yeah. Like Oliver gives like a big thumbs up behind his back.
Yeah, you see Faust with that fucking smirk again. That.
You know, we probably made a new enemy today, but at the same time, I don't think he's gonna be bothering us anymore.
A new enemy? He's gonna be in jail.
How long does the charges stick?
I'm not exactly sure, but I feel like that'd be a pretty big deal.
I mean, you're probably getting drummed out at that point.
I think you might go to jail. You're definitely going to jail.
Yeah, that's basically like sabotaging the military.
Yeah, it depends on what else they were
Smuggling.
diverting, right? So, good job, us. Mostly you guys. I just yelled at a lazy guy.
And Foss got her moment in the sun.
Hey, you guys uncovered the criminal conspiracy. I uncovered a guy who was like skeeving off work, and then stamped my label on this.
And then you stole the pending while we're like fucking doing a mission.
I like how this was all on complete accident.
Yeah, no, we were just like, we need
You
to
bumbled
find.
into a criminal court case.
Yeah, no, this was just man, this supply problem, this food sucks. Maybe we should talk to the supply guy about it. And then we both immediately decided, we just both decided, all right, let's go to the supply holder. Bam. Smuggling operation.
We did it, Patrick. We saved the city.
We did it.
Captain Differ says, I'll inform you of any results, and if you need to testify. You're looking at each other. Is there anything else you need?
That should be everything, sir. Other than I would ask for clemency for Chief Petty Officer Pennybun. Not only did they help us solve this, they are rather instrumental to our mobile suit readiness right now.
It would be a problem. I'm sure we can figure something out.
Thank you.
And I guess you leave?
Yeah, I don't think I really have anything else to add, so I'll get out of the way.
It's lunchtime.
Yippee! This all happened in a single morning.
Hey, we might have time to have dinner and a show, by the way, if we're quick. Because Dipstick was supposed to be report to the galley to make sure stuff wasn't terrible again.
Yeah, maybe
Back before I knew he was.
Okay then. You get to the mess hall. Inside, you see Courage. She has a black eye.
Okay, what the fuck was she doing? Last we left her was in the mess hall, and we come back to her in the mess hall and she has a black eye.
Oh, she waves up. Oh, hi.
What happened to you?
Oh, yeah, it was very strange. One of the senior NCOs from Supply, just asked for a spar. I saw no real reason to deny them. It was kind of weird though. I won.
They both look at each other. Oliver and Faust.
Interesting.
What about you guys? Where you guys been?
Just trying to get to the bottom of the ration issue we were discussing before.
I believe Faust believes it will please you to learn that by dinner, the food quality will be even better for you.
Ooh.
And I suppose that they both, all the remaining crewmen that haven't gotten their lunch, because Valerie was probably the first one in line, they all stride confidently towards the lunch serving area to stomach one last terrible ration before, at last, they'll get some decent food.
We upgraded from wartime rations to regular rations, hooray.
Improved.
I mean, at least we hope so.
Imagine if the food quality is still the same and this was all for nothing.
Yeah, it actually gets worse. We're gonna look like the biggest assholes on the ship.
It's just the only difference is more variety, but that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a real possibility.
So, anything else, Mr. DM man?
Well, you have the rest of your day to do.
Right. If we're gonna do more stuff, and you know what? Because I was kind of thinking she was gonna do something else, but then I decided, you know what? Yeah, let's go and investigate the food problem. Then the fucking conspiracy happened. So, remember the Jupiter class shuttles were escorting?
Yeah.
the pirates who attacked it, it could have just been for supplies, but we pointed out that there was something weird about it.
Correct.
Is there a chance that maybe we can, or Faust can try and uncover what that potential, if there was anything weird about it, or if it was just we need supplies bad from the pirates?
You would have to make an excuse to get on the ship.
Right. And also, we could have asked the prisoner, but
You really think he's gonna say anything?
probably. I mean, unless we butter him up with that picture you have, Matro.
I mean,
But
I was planning on
that'll be-
going there next, but that wasn't necessarily
The
sure if I was
Alright.
going to get any information out of it.
Well, I guess Faust will maybe try and get on the Jupiter and
Yep.
figure out what's going on in there. Maybe get our hands on a new upgrade.
I have a suggestion on that one because we were spitballing towards the end of last session. That maybe somebody has, like, maybe they're searching for something on the Jupiter that isn't on the shipping manifest. Like, it's not the supplies we think.
Xeon Gold.
Well, yeah, something like that,
I already did. As Tyre can attest, I already did that subplot.
Right.
I'm not gonna blanketly recycle all that. Stealing
Right.
Nazi gold.
Man, it's a good plot.
It's the super secret prototype to the Masala, the prototype suit that Captain Shirako designed 7 years later.
I was going to go with just maybe it's.
Yeah, I know. It's probably something not that big, but it's still probably something important. So yeah. So how should we approach this? Or well, I approach this. You guys got any ideas for me?
I was wondering maybe anyone would be like, as a smuggler, what would you be smuggling if you were trying to like make a run out to Jupiter profitable? Maybe that gives you like a hint of what sort of illicit things might be carried by these transports.
If anything, she'll ask Penny about that, and then maybe talk to Captain Defers again about it, saying that she has reason to believe that perhaps the pirate attack might be connected to something about the Jupiters that they're escorting, and if they want to protect the ships better, then they should probably know what that is.
Makes sense.
All right. So I suppose Faust is going to go over to Pennybun.
Find Pennybun. You're in a hallway.
Petty Officer Pennybun.
Yes, ma'am?
Faust assumes you are free from any punishment considering the discovery today.
Swappy, can you move your mic around a little bit? You're a little like muffled.
Oh, sorry. Faust assumes that you have managed to come out unscathed from today's scandal.
He brings out a cigarette and starts to smoke. What makes you think that?
Well, we have reason to believe the captain will grant you clemency. Regardless, Faust has a question for you.
Shoot.
Seeming as you were pushing smuggled supplies throughout this ship, as odd as a question as this may be, Faust would wonder if you were smuggling something on a ship like a Jupiter's class to make a run out to Jupiter profitable, what do you think that may be?
He starts rubbing his chin. Well, ma'am, how much do you know about Jupiter?
Faust regrettably knows. Well, actually, okay, so Jupiter is out there. It's pretty much solely relies on Earth, and it mines valuable gas resources, right?
Yeah, like extremely valuable.
Yeah. So yeah, Faust knows that it depends solely on the Earth, and that it extracts extremely valuable gas resources out to the Earth sphere.
Yeah, so Jupiter is beyond the Goldilocks zone. So food supplies are very particularly chosen. Luxury goods, like say for example, tobacco, you can't grow that out there. other luxury goods, like say coffee, for example, they just don't get.
Hmm. I see.
So outside of the regular stuff you want to smuggle, regular vices. If I is going to do it, I'd exchange some sugar or flour, bags of coffee, and maybe some boxes for like luxury like consumables like cigars, cigarettes, tobacco, chocolates.
Hmm. And say if you were a pirate, like much like the remnants we're hunting now, would you believe it's worth to raid one of these vessels for said smuggling supplies?
Oh God, no. There's several problems with that. First off, you piss off Jupiter. That's no good. Everyone relies on Jupiter for their energy.
Hmm.
Another thing is like they would have to know that we guard these convoys quite fiercely. Even if they are a treasure trove, it's a beehive.
And that brings up more questions as to the attack yesterday.
I can't help you with that. I just fix mobile suits.
I understand. Thank you. Sorry. Thank you, Penny Bun. You were
Yeah,
very helpful.
no worries, man.
And she gives him a nod, and she's gonna head out to. Guys, do you think I should go to Captain Beffers?
Like you come to him again and he's like, what is it this time?
He's like, don't tell me you've discovered another kind of illegal activity on my ship already.
No, it's the funnier bit. You tell him this is like, yeah, of course I know. Why wouldn't I? I know it's weird.
Duh.
I
I could go on that angle that I believe that him and I both realize how weird it is for these Xeon pirates to hunt a Jupiter-class vessel, so enough to send an entire ace squadron basically out to try and destroy any escorts. So there could be something on there that we don't know about that might prove useful into figuring out what these pirates might be looking for and how we can probably work around that to try and crush these pirates and stop them from getting that, as difficult as it may be for them. Does that make sense?
think I'm tracking.
Okay then. Who did you want to talk to? Faust?
The captain, the big man himself.
Okay then. On your way, you see Lieutenant Matro.
All right, Lieutenant.
Find anything out from anyone?
Faust believes that with Penny Bun's advice, it makes the attack on the Jupiter's class vessel much more strange than it already was. Outside of perhaps smuggled goods that won't do the pirates any good, what use is there in attacking such a heavily guarded vessel as Jupiter's class vessels?
Matro, I'd like you to roll me keen in politics +3.
Because he was at Jupiter.
Thank God for that plus. One moment here. That'll be 3 success.
3 success. Yeah, it is very strange, you realize. Because think about it like this. Even the Federation and Xeon, while they were at war, could agree on like protecting the Jupiter energy fleet. Why would you want to destroy it? That'll only piss people off. Which begs the question, why are they trying to piss people off? Who does that benefit?
And this is a SEMA fleet.
Yeah, that does seem very suspicious.
Yes, there's something very suspicious right here. I want you to parse through it.
I mean, is there anything he might know that could lead him to maybe
Like
discover?
you know that like what's the word? There's a lot of there's a lot up in the air right now with the election in a couple days about how the post-war peace is really going to be handled.
Okay, something they can possibly just like stirring the pot on.
Oh yeah, they could be trying to like rouse up problems to make that stuff harder. Maybe incite yet another war or conflict.
But it
Or
also begs the question: how did they like know you were there?
yeah, how did they?
Something about this is just very strange.
Yeah.
Fast believes that despite the fact we already talked with the captain although he already asked us if there was anything else, it may be a good idea to visit him again and bring this up to him. Faust is sure that the captain already pieced the oddity of this attack together, but Faust believes it might be a good idea to look into what these Jupiter's class vessels are carrying, or perhaps what this attack might have sought to gain, what the pirates might have sought to gain from destroying or harming the Jupiter's class vessel in the Jupiter energy fleet.
Good idea. I was going to go and talk to the prisoner, and you've may have given me an idea on maybe trying to bait some more information out of them that I doubt they were going to give up willingly. Because yeah, this plan, as the facts stand currently, their plan makes no sense.
Then I suppose I'll go to the captain and you'll go to the prisoner. Or, well, Faust will go to the prisoner, captain, and you'll go to the prisoner.
Yeah, if you want, or if you're welcome to tag along on this little errand. I have no idea if it's going to prove fruitful or not.
Faust will join you. If nothing comes up from it, we'll simply talk to the captain.
Sounds good.
Okay, then you make your way to the brig. There's a marine standing in front of the door to the brig. He stands at attention. Sir, ma'am.
Faust salutes.
Salutes
And
back.
she's going to say,
Couple questions for your prisoner.
He looks at you very strangely. Sir, ma'am, aren't you pilots though?
and that's when Faust is going to jump in. Faust and we have reason to believe that this interrogation of the prisoner may prove fruitful to our mission of protecting the Jupiter energy fleet.
Hmm.
He's trying to get Faust a deerstalker cabin, a magnifying glass. I mean, get her big round glasses. Yeah, that'll do. And give her a tea set to make tea. So yeah, I believe it. Faust believes it would be best for the sake of all of us and our mission if we were to speak to the prisoner. I'm sure there's no objections, correct? Or Faust is sure there's Faust is sure there's no corrections, correct?
Says that I'm just gonna eye the rank insignia on this lieutenant real hard.
He's not a lieutenant. It's
On this marine, I meant. As long as it's not
Yeah.
lieutenant, I feel like they're not going to stop us.
He looks at you very it's a private on guard duty. And he says, be aware. He looks at you both. Your conversation will be recorded.
Understood.
He like
Faust,
he very much tries to like he tries to gauge your intentions. He's clearly suspicious.
he's
Oh
gonna
God!
think we're
Does
just
everyone just assume we abuse the shit out of prisoners?
Yeah, they're just gonna assume we're gonna pull a thunderbolt, just like strip him bare and beat the shit out of him for no reason.
They take it's a serious war crime.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm certain the Federation sometimes even remembers to prosecute people for it.
Yeah. All right. So Faust still has that blank expression, I suppose, of she's just telling the truth. There's not really much to hide.
He lets you in.
Faust
So
nods and says, "Thank you, Private," and walks in.
Okay, you walk in. It's a line. It's a hallway. There are 3 cell doors on each side of the room.
This is a stupid question. Have we gotten rid of our last prisoner, or do we have 2 Zeeks on board currently?
That was like a week ago. They're probably gone.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. It was like it would make sense, but also I don't know if we prioritize that or not.
We could have done a dual investigation, fucking Phoenix Wright or some shit. All right, time to investigate. There's gonna be locks that are gonna show up. We have to give him the right piece of evidence to make him spill the truth.
No. You're gonna get 4 options on how to approach this.
All
And
right.
you have to see through their facial expression which option is the right one you should choose.
Yeah, my God.
Some LA Noir type shit.
It quite literally.
28 stab wound.
As he contorts his mouth strangely.
Yeah.
And that was a game that was a great concept, but things weren't quite in the right place for that game to not be just vaguely horrifying.
I don't know.
It's immature technologies.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about what you're talking about. You just see his face scrunch up in the weirdest way.
Well, the problem with that is yeah, you're an actor. I know you're lying to me already.
Yeah.
It's that's kind of your job. You're here to make me believe the lie.
All right, let's rock in. Let's rock him and shock him.
Yeah, so you get to the cell door. She was Zeke pacing around.
Pacing?
Yes, pacing.
Nervously, even?
No, bored.
Oh, okay. Faust's shadow looms in the room as she stands in front of the the bars, I guess, the window to the cell. And she's gonna let that grab the dude's attention rather than say anything.
Yeah, as he turns around, he notices the shadow, and you see him look at you. He doesn't say anything, but he's looking.
So we can open the door, or is this gonna be from the?
Metro, you see Faust go to open the door.
I mean, I didn't say she was gonna open the door. It's like, can we open the door, or should we?
Yeah, you won't be stopped.
All right, well, you know what? Sure, just in case Faust maybe goes to open the door, and maybe Matro can, be like, don't do that.
Metro, you don't have a weapon.
I'm gonna say,
What if he gets jumped?
fuck.
You do have
Wait,
weapons on you.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just have my pistol drawn, I guess. If we're gonna go in, I'm not gonna go in yeah. I'll have it drawn and ready.
I suppose the door opens, and Faust takes a step
Walks
in.
in. Yeah, you walk.
Hello, greetings. She says. She stands up the hallway, kind of, letting quietly. I'm sure you're aware of what we may be here for, correct?
He doesn't say.
We found your recent attack on the Jupiter's energy fleets oddly suspicious. I'm sure there's a very good reason for you to want to make an enemy out of Jupiter, a group very important to supplying fuel sources, which I'm certain a fleet such as yours would desperately need. Any reaction?
It depends. Keen and empathy cost.
Shit.
-2.
-2? Yeah, because he's like.
Also, you would be -1 just because you're trying to he's trying to be stone faced. It's -2 because you also don't get people.
She's got that tism.
This
The
is like
real-
a good cop, bad cop shit. I'm just gonna be watching to see how this goes.
So keen and empathy.
At a -2.
So that's a 2.
And you rolled.
Yeah, I rolled. I got a 6. So that's a lot of failures.
That's that's 4 failures.
Yeah, no, she doesn't get
Metro,
shit.
would you like to roll keen and empathy -1 to see if you
Yes.
see it?
Sure. Holy shit!
What?
I rolled a 3, so I think I may actually pass that. Hold on. You said that was at -1 though, so that drops my threshold. That would be 3 success.
When you notice the word attack the Jupiter energy fleet, you notice there's a slight twitch in his mouth and his eye.
You might want to pick up from that, considering I don't know that. You might want to drill him in on that.
So I had a slightly different angle I was going to try, and I part of the problem is I don't know if me pushing it's going to like lose this opportunity we've got here with this reaction. Because I was going to play up the angle of I'd basically accuse them of being incompetence, trying to like egg him on into like revealing more information that we don't actually know by saying like it wasn't, there's no master plan at work here. They're just a bunch of pirates striking whatever they can. No way they could come up with like that complicated of a scheme. Even though I know that there's more going on, I'm trying to just like aggravate them. Is kind of the angle I'm thinking.
It's a little late for that though.
Yeah. Well,
Sorry.
no, that's
Yeah,
fine
just how
because
it
like
works. Oz took the opportunity.
and I was fine because I wanted to watch and see what would happen. So I don't think what can I read from them attacking the Jupiter energy fleet? What would I
Yeah, so it seems like the weird bit. Like she mentioned like stealing supplies, but like that got no reaction. But like specifically attacking the Jupiter energy fleet. Something that everyone needs. That got a reaction.
Yeah. Like what they get out of doing that. I'm kind of pulling a blank on it other than it makes things bad for everyone, which could technically be an angle because they could just be accelerationists and they're trying to like if their whole objective, fighting around the shoal zone is just to like keep the conflict going, keep tension stoked, keep everyone at each other's throats, then that does make sense because if they make things worse, they'll probably come down worse on the colonies because Earth's going to prioritize Earth over the colonies, which continues the cycle of like resentment.
If you do that, you could probably bring that up to like aggravate him, but this is only going to affect the colonies that you love so dearly. Something like that.
Well, there's also the question of how the hell did they know where you were supposed to be?
Yeah, there could be. Yeah.
But maybe we could try and drag him out of him later. But maybe it might be best to try and aggravate him with the whole "this is only going to hurt your people" type of angle.
Which also fits like where I've been going philosophically with this. It's like I don't understand why am I continuing this fight. Like, see, I will say something. I don't understand what you renegades think you can accomplish. All you're going to do is make this worse.
Oh, did you actually say that?
Yeah.
Okay then. I'd like you to make the same roll, for Matro, but no negative modifier this time. Same negative modifier for Faust.
That's our roll.
Oh, that is 2 success.
All right. Well, I'm probably gonna fail because it's keen empathy.
Yes.
Keen empathy at a -1. Yeah, no, that's one failure.
Metro, you notice another crinkle of the eye when you say make things worse.
Alright. Well, Faust may have not noticed that, but I guess she could pick up on the angle he's coming from. Right?
Yeah, and you have high intimidation, so you can try to angle that out of yourself.
Well, Faust has a 1. She's mostly has the intimidation of the Gundam with her.
Oh yeah, that's right. Mixing up characters.
Because, they only see the robot, not the fucking lady in it.
Yeah, the Gundam has the reputation. Frost does not have the reputation. You are not Umber Ray.
Yeah. So Faust is just going to, I suppose, say, unless you simply wish to make your people suffer more, there's really no reason for you to attack the Jupiter Energy Fleet, is there? Unless that's simply what you're doing, wanting to provoke the war, make conflict keep going until either one side wipes each other out, or they both wipe each other out.
He's gritting his teeth now.
Her eyes are shining blue right now. Eyes, what eye color is Matro?
Can't remember if I recorded that. All right, one sec. Probably brown if I haven't actually recorded it. Got sandy colored hair. Makes sense. So brown hair, kind of.
Very normal looking individual.
Matro is a pretty normal looking dude, other than the mustache. Which again, it's the space 70s, so that's not unusual at all.
I guess Faust, her eyes are shining blue, and Matro is just like big, tall man,
Tallish.
strong looking. Maybe he's
With a gun.
with a gun. Yeah,
I do have a gun drawn. That is fair point. Yeah, is that the point? You think that you wrap up your causing your colonies that you fought for to suffer, so that you make this suffering have some noble meaning, while all it is you acting out your childish refusal to admit the war is over. And this will be Matro positing this to the prisoner. And yeah, I'm trying to needle him, essentially.
putting screws on this guy.
Let me think. What best to ask for a test?
Oh, you could try using the wife in the photo as a fucking that's provoking.
Oh, that was good. I'm saving that for my trump card.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's your ace in the hole.
Yeah.
dude, the Gaslight Squadron is back.
I'd like you to use charisma and intimidation. At a +2.
I'm not good at this. Nope. Let's see. I need to roll a 5 or under, even with that, because I've got, said charisma, so charm.
Yeah, charm. Yeah,
Charm, intimidate.
with a +2.
Yep. Oh no, that's gonna be. It's gonna be no good, because that'll be 3 fail.
I spend a narrative point to make that 4 failures.
Okay.
So, he's not perturbed at all. He's actually kind of smirking now.
Alright, so we're heading in the wrong direction.
And I assume by failing that, Match was probably not keeping his cool on this. He'll be like, smirk all you want. Against half of us, we fucked up your little pirate band. Next time, we'll blow your ship out of the water.
I'm sorry.
And whatever idiot scheme you've got cooked up is going to die with you.
I'm thinking of the FNAF comic clip of like, stop smirking, fucking Willie. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, I forgot I had a name for the ship. And he barks out like you could take on the Thunderer.
Foster's gonna jump in.
Wouldn't be our most impressive kill yet.
And with that, she says, I believe the Prince Garma might ring bells for you.
Blood. No, he says, what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
Well, the Prince Garma was a most advanced warship in the entire war, and we sunk it, just our squadron. So, I believe it'd be safe to assume that we could sink a ship such as yours quite easily.
The blood goes away from his face.
Damn, I think he's calming down. We might want to use the wife.
Just lay it on.
Just lay it on. All right. You want to continue?
Yeah. You know what? I'll use this opening to. I'm gonna pull that picture from the inside of my coat pocket. Look at it real quick. Say, I was thinking about returning this to you as personal effects are supposed to be returned to prisoners of war, but I forgot that I'm just dealing with a damn pirate. And I'll just hold on to it for the moment. And hold for his reaction, basically.
Pained but staying silent.
All right. Player huddle. What do you think we should do now? I think we're doing pretty good. He's very resilient, though.
Yeah, we haven't really. Problem is, we haven't got anything out of him at this point.
Yeah, he hasn't talked.
He's talked only a little bit. However, you've learned some key things.
From just, like, his expressions.
Yes.
But also the name of the ship.
Would you like to know exactly, like, the big things? Because you... So, you know that, at least by the expressions, the point was probably to attack the Jupiter energy fleet. You know that keeps tensions up. You don't know why would they want to do that. And who does that benefit? I really want you to focus on who does that benefit?
Axis, probably.
Huh?
Axis, but that we don't know about Axis.
Who else? Think
Part of
really hard.
Problem to me is who it benefits is like to me is Earth hardliners. It gives them an excuse to come down on them more. But like, why is that something a bunch of Xeon aligned pirates are going to do? Unless it's
Unless they're getting like
instigate a crackdown so that they can use that to fuel their own grievances.
Yeah,
that is some next level bullshit. But that's also reasonable, I guess, to a certain degree.
All right. So,
Gomin just I think the fact that Earth might be involved with this, like the Earth Federation.
Yes. Continue. Keep going.
Well, how that? Yeah, because we
Who
can
does that
back to the
benefit?
question you've asked us.
Yeah,
And also, how the hell do they know we're out here?
Because the fuck somebody from the inside. And who would this benefit?
Oh fuck!
Jamatov. This could fucking be good for Jamatov to pursue his goals.
Thank you.
Oh my god,
Okay.
it's a fucking false flag.
It's a false flag operation! So what if these guys aren't Xeon pirates? Question mark?
I have a question.
They
Who was
seem
Seema? So, just like Gundam knowledge, who was Seema Garahal working with to betray the Delos fleet to?
Bascom.
Yes. Who does Bascom work for?
Yamatov.
man. I really should watch the second half of that series.
Holy shit. It's all coming together. This is a false flag operation. This
Man,
is all
I
a
do love
setup.
me some false flags.
And if anything,
You don't know
if
who
this
Jamatov is, though.
Aren't
we don't know
working-
who Jamatov is. We
So,
don't know who
yeah.
Jamatov is, but we
You
can
just know
guess.
he is. You just know Jamatov is an admiral.
Wait, no, Gomin. Aren't we working under Commodore Blex?
Correct.
Okay. So would we have heard Jamatov in like political discussions regarding Blex?
Most likely.
And what would those things be?
But there's no reason
Well-
for us to accuse him of something this
Right.
grave.
Right.
You just know someone is leaking information. You don't know who.
Okay.
This-
Okay. I think I
So,
have
like,
an idea.
if you try to use your meta knowledge, I'm going to punish you.
So,
You have to.
yeah, no, that makes sense.
I love the
think that-
fact. Sorry, right now I feel because I've got a good politics score. Matra would have the most reason to know this, but I myself have not seen the back half of 083. I have no idea what the fuck's going on, and I feel that is hilarious right now.
Okay. No, this
You're
is exactly
actually unraveling the plot.
I actually don't know, which I think is great.
Okay. So
It's a
Faust,
mystery.
so Faust and Matro both know about how weird it is that they know where they are, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they both
Would
know.
it be outrageous for us to put we as players have kind of put this together? Would our characters be like, how the hell do they know this? And
Wait,
it's like, because as far as kind of as we've talked to this prisoner, it's like we only see this as an excuse for the Federation to crack down. So
wait,
we
no,
would
I
find
think
this
Faust,
weird.
I think Faust could maybe jump off on that because it's weird how they know where we are. He had a reaction to she didn't know, but she did have because that's like our it's on our fucking courtroom evidence pile now that he reacted towards all that. So, I think if anything,
Wait a second.
Faust is going to. Sorry, please go
Before
first.
you go with that thought, did the sentry stay outside the prison or the
Yeah,
lockup?
he's listening though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're being recorded, so we might want to.
We might want to deal with that first before we go down this line of reasoning any further.
We're being recorded, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So Faust is going to put a shoulder on Matro's. A hand on Matro's shoulder. She's going to motion to be quiet, and she's going to motion to the camera that's presumably watching them. And then she's going to, tell him to put his gun away, right? Or like whisper, I believe you might want to put your gun away for this.
All right. I'll take like a step back away from the doorway and holster the pistol.
And, all right, so away from Faust.
Yeah.
So I guess it's going to be up to Faust to do this.
Well,
Right.
I'm not 100% sure on what exactly you have in mind.
Okay, so
But-
my idea is Faust could.
No, I think it's
as
funny.
maybe-
Yeah, I think it's funnier if you just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's
Alright,
no way you're
alright.
going to be able to tell me beforehand. So
Right. All right. So Faust he goes away. He backs up. He puts his gun away, and Faust approaches the prisoner. She gets right next to him. She's like
Sitting next to him or like right in front of him.
right in front of him. And she kind of leans down because he's sitting right,
Correct.
and she just kind of whispers to him, "Unless somebody on Earth has told you to do this."
Matro. So I'm imagining you are talking right next to this guy's ear. You can't see his face very well. Matro, but you can.
Okay.
I'd like you to roll me keen and empathy.
yeah,
Plus 1.
that is much better. That is 3 success.
You notice he goes still for a second.
Faust is gonna look over to Metro to see if he might.
Like the slightest of nods.
And you see that smirk show up on Faust's face. And she kind of sits next to him. Am I correct?
He scowls.
She nods. I believe that's a yes. So, somebody has told you where we are and to attack the Jupiter energy fleets. For the pure sake of perhaps inciting conflict, to give this Federation person or whoever is responsible for giving you this, or she's practically whispering to him. I don't know if Macho can hear unless he gets closer.
Probably not, because Matro's not actually very much good at up close. That's why I stepped back, is I wasn't sure what you're going to do. If I was putting my gun away, I wanted one more pace between me and the prisoner. So I don't think I'm probably close enough to listen in. Also, full disclosure, this is not the angle I thought it was going to be. I thought you were going to step away and we were going to do something to fuck with the cameras. And then just leave and talk to him real quiet. That's funny.
Yeah, that's like the simplest answer. I'm like, if anything, you can maybe do something with the cameras. If
I was just going to say,
you will get in trouble if you do that. I'm just going to be that clear.
Yeah, so it might just be best to try and like keep it on the down low.
I mean,
and then try and
yes.
make it sound like we were doing something else. Like, I don't know, maybe fucking insulting him. And then just like whispering like fucking threats or whatever to him and being like, "Ah, damn, we didn't get anything out of him."
I'm willing to risk getting chewed out a little bit.
Yeah.
So if I like,
but if you fight with the cameras, to what end?
So we can have the conversation without being recorded. So like,
yeah, but why? Do you have something to hide?
Yeah.
Well, if we, because I don't know if there is somebody who's Federation on board feeding information. I don't know who that is. I don't know if that's someone who has like access to these recordings.
You have no idea.
Exactly.
We have no idea. But if anything, if conceiving that Faust is correct right now, and she's probably guessed it so far, considering his reaction to all this, Faust doesn't want to notice that. She just kind of tells him, she kind of like motions Sebastian to just stay there and don't do anything unless, he tries to attack her or something. And she, like, through a glance, hopefully that he catches and kind of understands what she means.
You probably see me eyeing up the camera, like tracing wires on it right now. So you can guess what I'm thinking.
So just kind of shakes her head at him, and she's gonna keep going.
Okay.
So, if a Federation officer is wishing to provoke, or if a Federation higher up is wishing to provoke the Space Noids and everybody, and so he can have it, or they can have an excuse to crack down on Space Noids, I believe there may be something to gain out of it for you. Perhaps clemency? Amnesty? Has Faust seen the photo? Okay.
Has Faust seen the photo, Matro? Have you shown
I can't
her the
remember
photo?
if they asked to look at it. I feel like I was looking at it when they showed up. So like I didn't deliberately try and hide it from them.
Yeah.
So it's possible.
So I kind of don't remember what SEMA was working with Bascom for. I'm pretty sure it was the same thing that I'm going at right now.
Remember this. The SEMA fleet only has one Zanzibar-class ship, the Lily Marlene. That's not the Thunderer.
Ah.
These are some other people.
This isn't the SEMA fleet? I thought we were fighting.
No, you just know they're in the area.
Okay. But we do know that he's attacking, that they have someone on the Federation giving them info in return for something.
Yeah, you suspect it. Because remember, your character does not know for sure.
Yeah, we suspect it so far. But it'd be best to cut it off here. It is. You may stay quiet if you wish, but I will tell Faust will tell you this, and she kind of leans in more. Faust will know everything, and well, actually, no. Faust will know all outcomes to this, and she leans back out and she steps out, and she says, "Do you have any more questions for the prisoner?"
I'm just gonna say, like, if what we suspect is true, there's no way that ends well for you. So consider your options, and I will like slowly. I'll flip the photo towards them because I think if we've correctly sussed out that they're getting information from the Earth side, there's no way that's not going to just backfire spectacularly on these guys.
Right, because they could just turn back on their deal.
Yeah, like they got no leverage. And in fact, there's no reason for whoever this Earth Federation is to not betray them. It'd be purely stupid for them to not betray them. But yeah, I can't outright state that because I don't know who's going to be looking at these tapes later. And I don't know if I'm right or not.
It's all baseless accusations. It's all in your
Well,
head.
hey, listen, baseless accusations got us real far today. And then we found basis for those accusations eventually.
What is it? What are you, a medieval inquisitor?
Yes.
Pretty much. I mean,
Your Honor, I got a feeling.
Your
Honor,
Honor,
the vibes were bad, and I think that's enough to convict.
Your Honor, the suspect was, Your Honor, it was very
deeply
suspicious,
sus.
Your Honor. It was very sus.
All
right.
He was balling.
So I
Yeah.
suppose we leave him with that, the photo and the Faust will know all outcomes.
Leave him to
Great
stew on
scene,
it for a bit.
guys. Incredible.
All right.
Oliver,
So
what are you doing?
Oliver is actually probably
I'm probably gonna go for a bit. I'll be right back.
all right. Where would they? Where would the not the post office, because there won't be a post office aboard ship, but where would the letters be received?
And Quicks would know this term. There's like a special term for it, but it's the post office. Let's not beat around the bush.
Yeah, he'd essentially go there. I imagine it would probably wouldn't be that big. He recently has gotten a letter. He has been reading the letter, and if nobody's around, however, but he kind of just looks at it and then gives a long drawn out sigh and then puts it in his coat pocket. He is actually going to make his way over to the prisoner bay.
On your way there, you noticed both Lieutenant Faust and Lieutenant Matrell are walking out.
Oh, Matro. Should we wait for Foss for this one?
Oh yeah, not here. Good point. Speaking of pissing, I need to go take a piss myself.
Alrighty. Well, now I'm just dying to know what's in the letter. How long do we get time? I'm sure.
I also really want to say, you guys acted out that excellently. Hello?
I enjoy seeing us move from like combat to something vastly different and trying to scramble. It was fun.
One of the best part is, I'm completely ad-libbing this episode. There's like lots of plot things like I already just had set up, but like I had no idea this is going to turn out like this.
Those are the best sessions. Are you aware of Pathfinder drama cards or the drama cards like RPG? What's the word I'm looking for here?
Mechanic?
Mechanic. Yeah, it's like a fan created thing. Where you have a deck of cards and you could players can introduce new information, new facts, or change things with NPCs and stuff.
No, I'm not aware.
Okay. This would work a lot better if my link was not broken. It's like a plot twist thing. Paizo does these. But there was a fan set of them made up for Dark Heresy. I played a long-running Dark Heresy game that ran for like 10 years. And the best session we had the entire campaign was literally just brought on by players deciding that we had between the like 6 of us about 20 of these bloody cards in our hands. So we just kept playing plot twist cards over and over again, and our GM just had to improvise everything from that. And it was the best session of the campaign, and literally nothing past 5 minutes in had been planned, and everything else was just by the seat of the pants. Because it was stuff like a place that seems safe, it suddenly becomes unsafe. We're doing warp travel, so all of a sudden, that goes fucky. Someone plays Demon Host appears. Someone plays Grey Knight Show. It was like a constantly crazy doom spiral of shit happening. But nothing was planned. Yeah. Nothing was planned, but it all fit together nicely. And, fortunately got our hand size down by about half by the time the session was over. But yeah, sometimes the best stuff is pretty organic.
Yes, the Halloween episode we have, where suddenly there's just fucking demons on the Rio.
Exactly.
Everyone dies at the end.
Pretty much. Yeah, that was because the cards have different grades. There's like bronze, silver, and gold. So like bronze is pretty basic, like it's like a plus 20 to a specific type of check. Like I think one was called Silver Tundra, and like a specific set of checks you got a bonus on. So useful but not amazing. And then like one of the silver ones was After the You Fools, which was if you flee an encounter for some reason the NPCs just won't react for like 2 or 3 rounds longer than they're supposed to, so you can run away from shit. All the way up to Warp Space Incursion, which was like a gold level card. There's only a handful in the deck, and everything just goes to absolute dog shit. But fortunately, it's for you and whatever you're facing. So it's bad, but it's bad for everyone. And if you're already in a bad spot, it's better overall if everyone's fucked. So it was always very fun.
Alba, for Swappy's knowledge, would you so kindly restate what you did when you got your letter?
Holivo was at the, we don't actually know what to call it, but the quote-unquote post office. He got the letter, read it, and is now hanged to the prisoner bay for his own reasons.
He was upset about the letter.
Yes. He seems visibly upset.
Faust. We're both there. Faust and Nash.
Yeah. So as you are walking out, Halava is walking towards you. He has since approached, and he was surprised that you were here.
Oh.
Curious to see you here, Halava.
Yes, I was trying to see where the two of you were, and I heard news that you were here. This is an obvious lie, but he is going to try and pass it anyways.
Yes, charm and deception -2. Get fucked.
Deception -2, fuck me. 1 success.
1 success.
On God.
Can we make a detection roll, Mash? You wanna make a detection roll for us?
Yeah. It's imposed roll. Keen empathy.
Keen empathy. Okay.
He can't half-ass this lie, so he actually tried.
Well, that'll be 3 success on my end.
You can tell he's lying.
Hell yeah, I managed to get lucky too.
Yeah.
Sorry, Halva. Give me a sec. I got a 3, I needed a 6.
Nice. Oh, it's an obvious lie. He's here for his own reasons. You don't know why, though.
Alright, so yeah, we both see it's a lie.
Because we didn't tell anyone where we were going, so that kind of holds together.
that's
Yeah,
true.
no reason to check here.
We didn't tell anyone where we were going.
What's going on, Halva?
He, gives up the ghost. Okay. I need to speak with the prisoner.
Faust would like to inquire as to why. Is it perhaps because of the Jupiter fleet? Or perhaps that letter you're holding?
The letter is... He doesn't have the letter. It is in his...
Oh, he doesn't have the whole letter on him? I thought he had the letter on
It's
him.
pocketed.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, that was a good line.
Is this about the Jupiter fleet, or is this for your own reasons?
You see him, sort of try and dodge, but I have my own reasons to do so. I don't wish to... I don't wish to indulge them.
She closes her eyes, kind of nods in understanding. And she just kind of says, as long as you do not hurt the prisoner, Faust has no objections, Lieutenant. And she looks to Mash.
A scale 1 to 10, how unsettled is Halva right now?
I'd say that he is... Halva has a 1 in wrath, so I want you to know when I say this, he is the maddest he's ever looked.
My God, he looks like a...
I think I'll open the... I think I'm going to slip in behind you when you go in here. I won't necessarily go right up the cell, but I don't think this is I'm suspicious enough to just not
Let you do what you want.
let a weirdly recalcitrant Halva through, because Halva is not formally one for lying or trying to lie. So this is super weird. Or anger. So yeah, I'm going. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna follow him in when he.
As opposed, Faust will see Halva Mash follow him in, and also, I guess, decide to stick close. Presumably out of sight, because, they just got done talking with the prisoner, and
it really takes something away from the moment. Eh? We give our badass. Think about this. Flip the photo out of him. Back within 15 seconds, we forgot.
Yeah, back within 15 seconds with this.
I forgot my hat.
With this fucking wet paper. Oh my God! Yeah, no, they're just kind of hiding at the corridor to make it look like they left, but they're still ready to jump in if anything.
Hear the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just wait down on the other end of the hallway.
Oliver's going
to... Yeah, you get there.
He's going to open the prisoner's cell.
You enter.
He's going to plop himself down. He's going to sit, not exactly comfortable, but sort of his legs are, well, he can't sit, actually. He's going to lean against...
Because Gundam.
Because Gundam, yeah, he's going to sit. Not very comfortably.
Floating in space.
Yeah. His magnet boots, let's say.
You do the fucking... No, it's like when... the chair isn't there, but they still do the fucking sitting down animation.
I feel bad for hassling this poor guy after all that.
After we just grilled him, and now he's gonna get yelled at.
I wouldn't feel bad for him.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck him. He's a pirate. Fuck him.
Halva's going to look him dead in the eye. How does he look like right now?
Angry. He's staring at a photo.
Okay. Halva's going to look down at his breast pocket. Why are you here?
Oh shit, we're about to get like I guess Fast and Furious are about to figure shit out.
Wait, okay, hold on. Before we go any further, I don't mean to steal this moment. If we have another example of the Gaslight Brigade going in and like coming away unsatisfied, and Halva walking up and just saying, "Hey, what's going on?" and getting straight answers again, I'm going to laugh my ass off.
Yeah.
Exactly what happened with Max.
I mean, to be honest, we did get a badass thing out of it, but as funny as it would be, yeah, it would be kind of like, what? All right, go, do it.
Sorry.
I think Hala just has the genuine trust and also probably already knows this guy to probably get an answer.
Yeah, and look at that face. Could that face ever lie?
Not well.
Face ever hurt you?
Halva also looks like Michael Cera.
He's so unintimidating.
All right, sorry. Let's continue.
Importance, seriousness. Come on, bring this. So, this guy looks up to you and he says, "What do you mean?
Why are you here? Why are you still fighting?"
I was about to, if you didn't say he's still fighting, he was gonna look at his cell. He stays quiet.
I don't care what you are ordered to do. I don't care what your superiors think. Why are you here?
You get nothing.
I'm a space noid. I grew up in Von Braun, a family in Granada. What is there not to get?
We're staring at each other.
You have a family, I imagine. Everyone does. Well, he looks up. Most people do. Why would you not go home to them? You have to have a reason, right? You have to have a reason to keep fighting. Something that's so important that you won't go home to your family.
Same.
Nothing. You're getting nothing out of this guy.
I don't care. I'm not trying to get information out of you, but I imagine you don't believe me. I have a cousin in Granada. He was stationed on Earth, and he never came home. I know he's alive, but there's only one reason why Zeke is on Earth. Why are you fighting?
Nothing. Keep getting nothing.
Is it worth it? Is it?
And again, nothing. Halva, I think you're starting to see the pattern.
Oh, bro's about to get angry.
I'm expecting Halva just to shoot this guy suddenly. Really throw us all for a loop.
Yeah, just kill him.
I hope whatever ideological war or philosophy or personal reasons you gain from keeping this war ongoing, I hope that it satiates you. I hope that's enough. Because it better be. And he leaves.
You guys are killing it today. I want you to let you know. I really want you to know that.
This is this is like the most drama we've gotten out of any episode. And this started out as let's find out why.
This started out as Scooby Doo.
This started out as Scooby Doo.
It started out as why the fuck does our food suck? Let's go find out. And now it's fucking
It really
like
is all sunny on the Western Front.
Oh, good.
10 minutes we're gonna be fucking fighting a bunch of like fucking, you know that scene in Thunderbolt where those kids came in as recruits?
Oh man.
You know that scene? No, you know that scene in Always Sunny in Philadelphia where two of the good main characters beat the shit out of some kids that I think like stole something from them?
Oh my god.
It's just it's gonna be that in like 20 minutes. Alright, sorry.
Yeah. All holds together.
Halaba and Matro.
Yep, so Halava leaves the room.
Yeah, Halava leaves the room. He takes a note out of his breast pocket. He looks at it one more time and he rips it up, puts it back. That's all I wanted to ask. I'm sorry for intruding on y'all.
There's no problem. And I suppose Faust will just kind of wait to leave with them, because Bash probably has a lot more to say.
I'm gonna say, like, I made the mistake of not asking what the fuck was going on when we had Rally. I feel like I should probably not repeat my errors.
It would be bad.
All right? Halva, what's going on? And what was that letter?
It was a letter from my aunt. There's... I really don't want to talk about it. Fine, sorry. He looks back. It was a letter from my aunt, a cousin of mine. We weren't all that close, but we grew up together. He lived in Granada, and you know what Granada's like now, I imagine.
Don't know if Mash would know or not. It's a great question.
Faust, yes, it is under, at least during the war, and beforehand, was under heavy Zeonic influence.
I don't know what it's like nowadays, but it was pretty Xeon-sided even before the war. He was a pilot like me. He was stationed on Earth with the Garma fleet, and he survived it. I even got letters from him, believe it or not. Don't ask the logistics of that. I don't want to know either. Well, I do know. I don't want to remember it, but now he's still on Earth, and he's just like that guy over there. Still fighting a war that ended months ago. So I'm just curious as to why.
Understood.
Alright. Again, I apologize for this intrusion. I'm going to rethink a few things. Not about anything important.
I mean, out of character, I feel that's an enormous lie, technically. I feel it's very important, whatever it is.
Yeah, we should probably point that out, but I'm sorry, I just read, you know, if anything, if this was like a Gundam anime, or a chapter or an OVA, I feel like the end of
the why does our food suck of them going to go get lunch and hope for a better dinner would be like one episode, and now this is like a second episode. So we're doing like 2 episodes.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
actually, no. So this is something with like my plot structure. So like, you're supposed to like, I would have stopped there, and I would have started with this.
I
but
kind of love
we-
that this is the way it ends, though. This is like the zany adventure concludes with like some serious heavy shit.
yay.
But no, this is the thing about why are you still fighting really drives home the name of the fucking the whole thing. Good of the day after.
Oh, it's
Okay,
it's
then.
good stuff.
You all walk away to go get lunch. Actually, no, you already had lunch.
Dinner.
Dinner.
I mean, to be fair, we skipped lunch in order to go like get the cook arrested. So,
No, you didn't, because you saw courage.
oh right, I forgot about that. We were late for lunch because of that. Ish.
You want to go back to the hangar to go help?
Yeah, that probably would be where Matro would go, because I do still feel guilty about the whole my suit is shot to shit, because it'll either be that or I want to keep dicking around with the Gilgu. So back to the hangar for me.
You
Yeah.
get there, all of the mechanics are drunk.
Oh, is Halifa going with them?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah. I think Faust would follow them, and then she'd see everyone will get drunk and decide, I suppose this will be able to raise their spirits, and she's just gonna go head off.
I'm going to find Penny Bun. And if there's
Any fun is you find them inside your cockpit, drawing dicks on the screen.
I'm going to reach into the cockpit and grab him by the shirt collar and haul him out.
I did nothing.
Actually, you know what? Sorry. I was going to start drawing him out. Actually, I'm going to shove him back in and then follow him into it. Because I'm going to jack him up for this, but it's probably best not to do that in front of everyone.
You close the cockpit door, and you start the engineers start hearing the cockpit like tonk tonk tonk, and like
No,
they're
it's,
all
it's like a cartoon cloud with just the arms.
This is more knife hands than me punching him, but I am going to like give him some serious shit, because we may have got him off on the whole, black marketeering thing, but if we still have suits to be put back together, and he gets the entire crew drunk, like the whole reason I narked on the lieutenant and the lieutenant junior grade is because they were affecting the readiness levels, in the nebulous sense that they were being bad for morale, versus he has allowed the maintenance team to get drunk while we still have suits to get put back together, while we have a enemy carrier out there with plans to attack this convoy. So this is going to be a dressing down of all dressing downs for this.
Okay, you're back inside the cockpit.
So yeah, I don't know how soundproof the cockpit is. I don't know if anyone else is going to hear this, but I'm just going to start yelling at this point.
Okay, then go ahead.
What the hell are you thinking? We have an enemy ship out there full of pirates planning to kill us, and our suits are we got my suit's crippled, and I can't remember, are any of the other ones actually badly damaged?
Yeah, Faust. I think Faust and Oliver actually made it out pretty okay.
Pretty okay. So yeah. So 25% of our suits are basically scrap right now. We just tore the ship apart, part of black marketing ring, to which you are we're up until just before lunchtime, a willing accomplice in, and you've managed to get the maintenance team drunk while we're still trying to put these suits back together, while we're still essentially in a war zone. Have you shot for this?
I mean, they've been working all day.
He what's the word? Waves his hand in front of him. Sir. Captain Beffers said we could. The Barcelona and Kiev, not the other one. The Barcelona and the Dublin just arrived. We are off combat duty. And in consideration of the newly liberated supplies returned to their rightful owners, Captain Beffers decided, as to boost morale, that the supplies should be given immediately to the crew.
Yeah, that made it sound like he just like fucking fainted right after saying that.
He's droopy-eyed. I, for one, think it was an excellent idea.
I'm just gonna open the cockpit door and gently lob CPO Penny Bun out the door. I mean, we're in 0 graphs, so it's not actually gonna harm him, but
unless you throw him really hard.
Ideally, real gentle, like, so he's got just a long time stuck hanging in the air before he like eventually collides with the other wall.
Hits something.
So,
how far did they get with getting my suit repaired before the drunken shenanigans started?
The frame is repaired. They just need to fit on the spare armor parts, which is pretty straightforward. However, they have not repaired any damage from the other suits. So they also have to replace all of their armored parts with new ones. And like basically, what's the word? So if you dent it, you have to take it off, remold it to shape, and then put it back on. That's why you have spare ones, so you can do that immediately.
accuracy right now. It's
Yeah, you're basically just looking at the frame. There's no armor on it.
Oh, and I'm still. Matt would still not be happy with this turn of events.
Excessive drinking.
Excessive drinking and like, sure, somebody else arrived. I do not. I guess I'm playing as enough of a paranoid person. The idea of just having to rely on the other like ships in the squadron to protect us because my suit is still disassembled would not sit well with him. On the other hand, Vaffer said it. There's really fuck all I can do about it.
Yeah, but as previously stated, Beffers is basically God on this
He's
ship.
basically God.
There's very little he cannot do.
I'm gonna go lock myself in that Gelgood cockpit for a while.
And quiet yourself to sleep.
No, I'm going to distract myself. Because, yeah, I don't really know what else to do. Because, yeah, normally I'd help with the maintenance thing, but I'm not going to, like, single-handedly get the armor put back on my suit. Nor am I going to, like, now that I have that explanation, push this any further, because that would just be, like, a bad call. If that, God has decreed one thing. I will not go against the word
That's blasphemy.
Yeah, exactly. So I shan't push it on that front. So I'm going to go and
think about this though. Tomorrow they're all going to be hungover.
Oh yeah, I'm going to be there.
Do you know a mobile suit has a loudspeaker?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be like 06:30. I'm going to be down there, making sure everything's fucking like. We're going to be leading that team tomorrow, and they better be functional by then, or at least mobile. I don't really care how functional they feel. I'll slave drive tomorrow, but I guess they earned the rest of the day off.
As decreed by God.
As decreed by God.
Parentheses captain, not parentheses director.
Yeah. Because I'm not gonna lie, if the line hadn't been Beffer said it was okay, I think I would have been ready to string them up.
Give them a correction.
Several. So excellent.
And-
This session, this also for this being the nice chill, like no combat session. I did nothing and foresee nothing that it's going to help recover my my terrible state of mind right now.
Yeah, no.
Uh,
Actually, you spent the day mostly not doing stuff though. So Matro, you take one mind health back. Halva, nothing. Faust, detail.
Hell yeah, because she's been girl bossing.
Well,
Oh no, it's because you're a sociopath.
the last
Also true. Oh, I already have max mind elf. I'm good. She's fine.
Excellent.
the last
So-
thing. Oh, sorry.
No, sorry, go first.
The last thing Halva is going to do while the crew is drunk and there's nobody who can stop him, he's going to get his shield. Actually, have we decided the Gym Cannon has a shield?
Yes, we've given it.
Yeah, he's going to take the shield from his Gym Cannon. He's going to paint on a big Zeke Go Home on it. And then he's probably just going to go to bed. That's all he's going to do.
The beginning of the Titan transformation.
Oh no. The
No, he
bad
can't be a
end.
Titan. He's from space.
I mean, so was Pesce from UC Engage. She was working for Xeon, and she still managed to get into.
That's a video game. Video game canon is inferior.
and
Well,
also,
Scirocco.
it's barely a video game.
Also, Scirocco.
Who said he was originally from space?
He's from Jupiter.
Yeah, but like, what's the word? Lawrence of Arabia is not from Arabia.
That's true. Oh well.
Did you just
I'm sure he'll get into the Titan. I'm sure he'll get into the Titan now.
Yeah, he
So-
just got the title, man from
Lieutenant-
Jupiter.
Lieutenant Tiny Dancer of the Fetty Scum crew is on the Titans, and she's a space node. I'm sure Halva will be able to.
I'm willing to accept.
Don't forget this. I am
Fetty
not Adam.
Scum.
True.
Fair enough. I'm just gonna say right now. I'm gonna put Fetty Scum Cannon higher than UC Engage right now.
Yeah. All right.
I mean,
so,
for this campaign, yeah, definitely.
So, I guess I would like to close out with an ever scene. If
Okay then.
All right. So, Faust is in her room. Or actually, no. Faust is making her way down to the captain's corridor, or to the captain's the bridge
Okay then.
to God's throne, and they're part of the Blex fleet,
Correct.
right?
Yeah,
And-
First Autonomous Task Force, aka
Right.
Lex's Raiders.
And you've previously stated that they've heard like the politics around Blex and whatnot, right?
Yeah. Jamitov and Blex hate each other. Because
Right.
Blex is a reformist. And Jamitov's a hard.
Right. So Faust is putting it two and two. Not that Jamitov's behind this, but if anyone is behind this, it's not going to be Blex. So this isn't. So if she were to talk about this to the captain, unless this is somebody in their current patrol who leaked the information, as unlikely as that is, but it is still possible, it probably wasn't Admiral Blex, and it probably wasn't
Commodore.
Captain Beffers. Commodore Blex, and it probably wasn't Captain Beffers. So it's most likely safe enough to privately bring this information up to him.
Okay, then you find Captain Beffers eating.
Where is he? In the bridge?
Yes.
All right, I'm assuming the bridge room is relatively dark, to set the atmosphere.
No, it's bright.
God damn it. All right. All right, yeah, that's fine, but still. Captain, she speaks up, kind of like, damn, I'm here again, but oh well.
Yes, Lieutenant. Any more shaking revelations?
She kind of lets out a small chuckle at that. Faust believes so.
Shoot me.
Faust believes somebody on the inside of the Earth Federation has given information to the Xeon pirates as to the locations of the Jupiter fleet.
He hums.
Lieutenant Nash and I
have decided to take upon us, as we are the protectors of the transport colony, or to the convoy, to interrogate one of the prisoner we recently captured. As far as we found, although he didn't tell us anything concrete, we were able to infer that it is true that somebody on the Earth Federation could be working with the pirates to stir up conflict by destroying the Earth Jupiter fleet, the Jupiter energy fleet. What?
I dropped shit. Fuck. No. I knocked my water bottle over and all into my models. Fuck
No!
me.
Oh,
Oh no!
This is a tragedy.
Broken.
Were they the painted ones?
Yes.
Oh
oh
god!
no! Wait, what were they?
These are Saxon
Ah,
that I spent like 4 hours on each model making.
that's a heartbreaker.
Are they
Sorry.
dry at least?
Yes. And I don't see any paint chips. I'm gonna put this water bottle on the ground.
Alright, so, yeah.
What was happening?
Faust told him that she has reason to believe after getting another call.
Fast is getting another call. Brilliant roleplay.
Can you imagine just talking to the captain? Oh, sorry, I got a call. Gotta take this. Fucking ducks out.
Who can be more important than that? Unless that name is Commodore Blex X or Captain Mintal, he really doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Commodore Blex, like,
Right. So Faust told him that she has reason to believe after interrogation that despite the fact the prisoner did not say anything concrete, they have managed to infer that. So, yep, that's Faust right now. that's Faust every time. Commodore Blex himself calling Faust. That's her reaction. That's her reaction to the Commodore calling her specifically. Just bleh. Anyway, so she told the captain she has reason to believe someone on the Earth Federation is telling the
Leaking
pirates.
info.
Yeah, leaking info about the Jupiter Energy Fleet's current location, so they can cause conflict by probably destroying the Jupiter Energy Fleet and plunging the Earth sphere into probably an energy crisis because of it, which would stir up more conflict amongst the colonies and the Earth, and it would just give somebody on the Earth an excuse to crack down on the colonies.
Okay then. Says
And she's kind of
That
like
is-
right next to him, so nobody else can hear in case we have any spies aboard.
What's the word? The crisis has not been averted. I picked up one of my other models and the shield just came off.
No.
Damn it.
Why is this happening to me right now? This is the worst time. And I just put glue on the shield to put it back on and I dropped it. Where did you go? I just finished painting you.
This is devastating.
Yeah, you say that. It's a red shield with white trim that I need to make yellow. It's really devastating.
Yeah, no, that was a heartbreaker.
Ah, there it is.
Yes.
And before the glue glued itself to the carpet.
That's kind of.
Oh fuck! Did I ever fix that?
Let's try this again. So Captain Reffers says that is a workable angle. We'll have to look more into this though. The situation is volatile.
Faust understands. I believe Faust believes it would be safe to assume that volatile would mostly refer to the Earth Federation forces.
your sphere in general, more like.
So that would put more imperative on our mission to keep this fleet safe.
Would.
Very well. I will trust your judgment, Captain. Faust has full belief in your capability.
I feel like that's a good place to end the episode.
Yeah. And yeah.
What an
yeah.
episode.
3 hours, 40
Oh.
minutes.
Well, 4 hours.